Hello and welcome to the Wood Division podcast, where we can criticize Riot non-stop and still get called Riot shills. I'm joined by fellow shill Chibiin and Necra, and the Bug Bounty Master. Well, I say Bug Bounty, Bug Fighter Master.
Hello.
Benjiro. How y'all doing?
I was not called a shill. Hell yeah!
I mean, you were
Hey, I
on
said
Twitter as well.
I like how you stopped just in case and you didn't call me that.
I'm probably the last person that could be called this way, so I'm not worried about that.
Even if you criticize Riot, you'd be called like Riot Shield just because you defended like one thing one time. You'd be like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
I mean, I was in a courtroom where I was shouting at Riot, so.
True.
Yeah, it's like we've criticized Riot for the Ruination. I've criticized them for security, skins, like
Hats.
so much hats.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hats,
Oh
yeah.
god. Toggles.
Masks as well.
Toggles.
PvE modes.
Spaghetti code.
Yeah.
But you know, we go, hey, hiring is hard. You can't just easily hire more people. Oh, right, Shill.
They have all the money in the world, don't you understand? It's all about money.
Just all Tencent.
Yeah, just throw money at people. It just solves everything.
I mean, technically it could, right?
Oh no. We go again.
In this case, I don't know, because how many chefs can you have slapping spaghetti together?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the problems. Like,
Yeah.
when you do something like the Uja visual update, you only can have like, I guess you can have one person working on each model at the same time, but you know it still takes time for them to make those models, and then they need to be rigged, and then animation.
Yeah, the animations. Yeah, those have to be done by one guy so that they are the
Oh.
same.
But like, yeah, do they share animations as well? Because depending on the character itself, sometimes you can have, for example, Udyr, like the base skin, having a set of animations made by, like, for example, 4 different animators, maybe 5.
Yeah,
And
but
then you
also
can
you need the
have
model
skin
first,
one.
though.
Wait, what?
You can't start on the rig before you have the model. So you have
Yeah.
to wait for the model to be done, and
Uh,
then you can have multiple people working on it.
Technically,
And not
you
just
can
that,
have...
all the other models have to match the first rig.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, you can still use a placeholder model when you work on like animations. It's something
You
don't
can,
need
but it's
the
gonna
final
look
one.
weird. It's like, you can't use the old Udyr model for the new
Oh
animation.
yeah, no, definitely. You need something like the finished model, but like not finished.
Yeah, you need like a base.
If that
at
makes
least.
sense.
And there's not that many animators that are
Talented. Like that's
I mean,
the thing.
there's
Because like, a
not
lot of animators, but like
We have one in here. We have one in here.
no, but
huh?
like that's the thing. Like even if I sent my thing to Riot for like animate, I don't have nearly as much talent as them. Like the current animators.
It's not even that, it's working in the United States. as
Oh yeah,
well.
that as well. It's like,
I
oh
mean,
yeah.
And
go
there's
get a
also
green card
wanting
for
to
that.
live in LA.
Why
Yeah,
why
would
we
you
do that?
would you guys agree to moving to LA?
No.
No,
I mean,
No,
let's
I might have had the offer before.
let's imagine you get paid like $1 million per year. Would you go?
then that's question. Yeah, then
Oh,
I would
okay.
actually ask
Yeah,
myself.
sure.
Yeah.
No, I'm because I wouldn't go for 1 million, but I'm asking you. You know?
Oh, you
1
would?
million, yeah, sure.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Why? What would I do with that? You know?
Now that I have a
I'll
family,
work
having
for 1
kids
year,
also.
then get out and dodge.
I've been in LA for a few days, and that was more than enough for me. So
True, but still, you can still go to LA, live there, enjoy the weather and the people, I guess, and
then-
find bugs.
well, the problem is if I accidentally fall and need a hospital visit, then one million
yeah, of
will
course,
already
yeah.
be gone.
Oh wait, no, even better. Riot have that policy where if you don't like the company when you start working there, you can
True.
leave within like what and get like 6 months, like the first 6 months pay.
Okay,
Yeah,
then
something
that-
like that,
Okay,
yeah.
then
Yeah,
I can do that as long as I can be
Yeah.
half a million in
Yeah,
months without needing to be in LA. Okay, I would probably consider that then. And then
just go over there for 1 day. claim
yeah,
it,
I would go for
leave.
1 day, and then if I need to stay in the US, I would just go for a 6 months
There you go.
tourist trip. And if not, I would just go back to Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, League of Legends.
Yeah, League of Legends.
Yeah, League of Legends.
Oh, what happened in the past couple of days? We got a new PBE round. Let's go. With a bunch of
Last few
skins.
days. Last week.
Nearly
Nearly 2
Has
weeks.
counted recently.
Yeah, I guess. Because, like, at the same time, like, in March, we had one big thing, which was the Battle Bunny stuff. Very silent.
Yeah, that last
That
entire
is
month.
correct.
Oh, wait, no, we also got Arcana.
Yeah,
was
we
it
get Arcana.
Before or after the Battle Bunny stuff?
Arcana was after. I
Oh,
opened.
fuck.
I opened.
It was after. It was
Spotlight
right at the
channel.
end of the month.
Oh,
Yeah.
did we talk about Arcana last time?
Yes, because we started to bitch about how Zaya and Rakan didn't have a duo recall.
True. I have
Chills,
a
by the
memory of
way.
a goldfish. Nice.
Chills, by the way.
Okay, so new skins. The Eclipse one, which like they look awesome, to be honest. The
so
only
glad to
thing
fix
is,
Chaos Wings.
Oh yeah, the only thing
You know-
is a lot
Okay,
of them
go.
like actually got a ton of criticism.
Yeah, I actually, hold on, super quickly. I got a criticism. You know how every now and then when a new champion comes out, or a skin, you see the concept art, and there is like, every single choice is better than what we got?
Wait, what do
I-
you mean?
So, like, for example, when Set came out, and you
Oh,
looked at
that.
the
Okay.
original concept art, and you know, I was like, oh my god, he could have been a Darkin. I actually saw the concept art for Senna, because out of all the skins, the one skin that I don't feel like it fits into the skin line in any way is Senna. Because Senna, it's not a bad skin, it looks good, but it's just not an Eclipse skin, because the fantasy of the Eclipse skin line is that they are heavily armored knights. That's what the original Leona was, and that's what every other one is. Even Sivir, you know, a light-footed AD carry, but she still looks like an armored knight.
Yeah.
Senna doesn't. She has a latex suit and a gun.
I think a lot of them.
If you
'cause
look at the
even
concept
Sejuani-
art, but look at the concept art, because
Oh.
now put it out.
Senna
Oh,
was like
wow.
Medarda to me.
Look
It's
at the
like
one.
Medarda, no?
Look at the
The
one
early
with
explorations.
the hood, or the explorations. The one with the hood. It's so perfect because you know Senna also wore that hood, and I'm like, what? Once again, why did they go for a latex suit when all
Yeah.
of these look amazing?
They are supposed to be armored knight, like you said, and I think
Yeah.
that's the major issue with the entire skin line. I mean, this entire batch is that some of them wear like light armor, and I think light armor is cool, but not on like 6 skins in a row, especially after having Leona and Leona with a specific
Right.
silhouette, specific armor, and then they don't reuse this kind of thing.
But like it's like even Aatrox. Aatrox looks amazing. I love that like
Aatrox
dark
is a
knight. set.
simp. He's just simping for kill. That's so sad for him.
But he looks so cool.
Yes, I
And
agree.
then Sejuani, you know, like Bristol is kind of weird, like the owl beast, but like sure, you know, it makes him look different. But she also has the helm, and she's also awesome. I just feel like Senna is the only one that just doesn't feel like she's part of the skin line. Everyone else fits in really well,
Hmm.
and she's kind of like she's more like Arcana almost. If she was more red, I don't know. She's really
Yeah.
looks strange.
I agree. The Prestige edition is really 100% what they said they would do,
Yeah.
which is just fashion design stuff now.
Yeah,
Like,
I hate.
screw
I
the
hate
skin,
it.
like just fashion design the stuff.
It's because the prestige skin. Even if you look at the background, you know what that is. The prestige skin is
Notre Dame de
The-
Paris.
it's the
Yes.
Battle Queen.
Oh,
No, it's the battle. Look at Battle Queen Rel. Look at Battle Queen Rel. No. No,
wow.
Louis Vuitton.
Yeah.
Wait, let me
But look
type that.
at Battle Queen Rel, and then look at her.
Oh, it is. Oh,
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
why?
shit.
That's a totally different skin line. I feel like that totally missed the mark. I don't know.
Oh, that is actually kind of
Right.
sad.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. That's.
I-
Yeah,
at
that's a
this
bit
point-
weird.
At this point, I just don't know what they should do with prestige skins.
I don't know.
Same. Yeah.
They are
prestige skins are
always-
in a really awkward spot.
They are weird. Was there a prestige skin that was like, oh my god, Riot nailed it? Has it happened ever?
I guess True Damage.
Yeah,
Senna?
yeah, I guess because it was Louis Vuitton and all this. Even that, it was like,
Yeah.
oh, it's just fashion, like in real life fashion stuff.
But like, if they scrap the idea of prestige skins being like a really fancy chroma or like minor remodel, then if they scrap those skins, then they have nothing to do with the new mythic essence. And now, like, what do you do with the currency now?
Yeah, I was about to
Elden
say,
Ring
it's-
Pike, do more of them.
It's really weird now since like these showcase prestige skins are now mythic essence. Like they're essentially just basically what the Hextech skins were.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know.
Wait,
What I think they should do is probably, it would be more expensive for Riot, but don't make them like a minor remodel. Don't make them a chroma. Just make them. That's a brand new skin right there. You can't get it any other way. You can't pay for it. It's prestige because it's unique.
I would make a prestige client, so finally it's fixed. And maybe we can go back in time those 6 years and run RNG game modes. I mean, we don't really have rotational game modes anymore, but maybe we can have them again and run them in custom games. But the technology still isn't there. So maybe with the prestige client, that would be a good use for that essence. That's what I would say. You can upgrade your client so it works better. Like, imagine that would be actually so much. That would make them so much money. Imagine.
You know what I would actually do? They have the tech, because TFT is using this. They have the tech to recolor only portions of the skin, like only the weapon. Because in TFT, when you level up a unit, it's really tiny. It's hard to really notice it. But some units, now they do it a little bit less. But some units, like if you have a Darius and it's a 2-star, his weapon is now silver. And if it is a 3-star, his weapon is now gold.
That's because they
What
have a
if-
different set of texture.
What if? What
Just
if you could customize the weapons of the skins, just like in Overwatch, and you could buy for
Just like
prestige
in
points?
Wall Drift.
Yes, actually, yes,
Like,
very
they
much.
just
Yes.
introduced that in
Yes.
Wall Drift.
Yes. So what if you could customize the weapon of the champion for prestige points? Yeah, and suddenly you don't have to deal with prestige skins because you can turn anything into a prestige skin with a golden weapon.
Can I have, for example, Garen with like a fish in his hand instead of a sword, and the fish has physics? So then when
That would be Dota. That's
when you
Dota.
go Beyblade, you actually like whoosh the fish around and stuff.
That,
like just
that
like,
would be actually hilarious, though.
that would be so cool.
Problem is that we would get another 500 bugs, mostly visual
Yeah,
ones,
yeah.
but I can imagine not only visual bugs because of only visual change, because that's how it often goes,
Yeah.
Nothing
And just
is
because of
changed and
physics.
suddenly, yeah.
We never
think
had
you-
physics
no,
in the game.
But
Actually.
changing.
I mean, you have the
textures-
river elevation, that's kind of physics, right?
Oh yeah.
And then you can be
Yes.
launched into space, that's kind of physics, right?
They had fluid dynamics at one point. I can't remember what for.
What?
Wait, what?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, don't
What
go there.
for?
What?
Don't. I can't remember what it was for, but yeah, there was fluid dynamic.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
For League of Legends, that sounds like at
Navi?
least if you just enable physics, just like they did in Heroes of the Storm, when it's something
Oh my god,
dangling
Steam
from your
Champions
belt.
Ragdoll?
Yeah,
That
yeah,
would be hilarious.
that's
Like
the best part
Malphite-
of the game.
No, imagine Malphite like ulting into a team fight, and if they die, they just
Crumbles.
ragdoll away.
No, he just crumbles into rocks that actually ragdoll.
No, I mean if Malphite
like a
ult,
turret.
the team.
True, but like yeah,
That'd
ragdolls
be cool.
would be pretty fun to have in League. I got
They'll
it.
be expensive on the PC though, and death animation.
And make it so you can like
Yeah,
run
yeah,
on a
that's-
champion corpse and move them.
That's a,
But
that's a
like
good-
you can also disable ragdolls, because like in Heroes of the Storm, you're
could,
not
yeah.
forced. It's like the highest option for this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I remember Half-Life having that option like that.
I mean,
was it, Half-Life
anything,
2?
yeah, anything in Source Engine.
Yeah, we need to send a message to like Rowan or something. It's like, hey, do you know someone like a software engineer at Riot that can actually work on physics and ragdolls for League? That could be pretty fun. Because then you can also play football with a ragdoll. Like, for example, you kill a Teemo and then you, I don't know, shoot the corpse or something.
Okay. This is a segue into my topic, all right? I actually want to talk about something. And that's the fact that right now, League of Legends is bleeding casual players pretty heavily. It feels like. I might be wrong.
I
That's
feel
the thing
like
I was about to say. Like, do you have numbers to like back that up?
I feel like it's not bleeding casual players anymore because they already gone
They
for
already
like
left.
years.
Yeah.
Now
Because-
Fandrill's a shill.
I
Now
am
Fandrill's a shill.
But like,
I am a good example because I would play League occasionally and I would enjoy game modes, and whenever there was something new I would enjoy it. But like for past, I don't know, 2-3 years I almost didn't play League at all. I love making content, I enjoy that, but I
Yes.
just don't play League because
yes, I'm in the same phase. I play
because
TFT.
it's just yeah, TFT is good, and actually in the last year I played way more TFT than League.
I'm actually
but-
climbing towards Masters. I am really enjoying, especially with the roguelike elements now.
I don't really like this set. I played 6.0. I don't like 6.5 really. So I just
Is it the
watched-
augment or just the unit?
I don't like the units. I prefer the units
yeah.
from the previous one. It felt more fun, you know. And here is like it feels. I don't know. I don't like.
It's the
seeing
thematic.
si- Yeah, that too. Yeah. I don't know. The previous one seemed more fun, but
Oh wait, you
it's
mean
still
6?
it's still a good game.
Or like the 5th?
No, I mean like 6.0 before
Okay,
before
yeah.
they
Then we all agree
adjusted
on
that, you know. Although Yoni was kind of interesting, but
It's
overall
like
it
they
felt-
keep the old trait, but like the old trait in terms of units, but then give us the augments, like the number of augments.
I think augments, them keeping augments was actually a great idea. And,
That's
yeah.
good. You can't.
and
go
augments
back.
are like I don't think they can get rid of augments if they want
Yes,
TFT
they have to
to
put them.
yeah, because they could rework this a bit, but like keeping this I feel like is essential, and it made I think that 6.0 was like the best set. I mean, some people would say others, but like most people thought it was a good set, you know. And in the previous sets, there were people that enjoyed and didn't enjoy, and it feels like almost everyone thought 6.0 was good, and you could see it by like popularity. I don't know, so many people streaming that.
Yeah, and like the issue is, or not the issue with TFT. TFT is doing well. The issue with League is that if you wanna just like play League for fun, that option does not exist.
Yeah, it's
Hasn't
just- it's-
existed in the past 10 years.
You're like,
Yeah.
oh, I have like 30 minutes left. I just want to have some fun. What you do is you
ARAM.
do
Well,
not start
even
League.
ARAM can last for like super long depending on the thing.
Yeah, but League had more modes 10 years ago. More
Exactly.
maps. You had
They
Twisted
had
Tree Line
rotating
at least,
mode.
you know. And I think the old Twisted Tree Line before the rework was actually way better. I don't like the altar mechanics in Twisted Tree Line. And maybe I don't know about others, but it just didn't seem to fit there ever. And then basically Riot justified it to saw the decline in players, and then removed it. And I can tell you that before they changed 3v3, I would play it regularly. I had a lot of friends playing that regularly, grinding even ranked 3v3. You know, it seemed like a fun niche. You know, it was basically like a kind of smaller Summoner's Rift, right?
Yeah.
And then it
Completely
became
different
and then it became something that was like, I don't know.
It's like Dominion. You know,
Yeah, a
totally
bit of
different.
Dominion there, but it's just, I don't know. It just feels so weird to me.
I
And
almost wonder, would Dominion be more popular now that like Summoner's Rift ranked is not that appealing to people? Like if Riot now suddenly brought Dominion back, I wonder if it would be more popular because that's a way more casual game mode.
The problem is that Riot would need to actually put some work into that. The reason TFT succeeded is because they keep on putting effort into that.
Yes.
And when they release like Nexus Blitz and then they're wondering why is it dying, they don't do anything with it. They keep making worse changes and it gets worse, and then they are, oh, people don't play Nexus Blitz. Oh, I wonder why. Maybe because you didn't do anything to fix it, you know?
Yeah, and that's like
Yeah.
I've been saying this for so many, maybe not years,
Just
but months.
don't nerf Yumi in Ultimate
need
Spellbook.
PvE,
Like
damn it.
boom, solved.
No, PvE.
Oh.
PvE was bad before because people were still focusing on ranked. People are now not focusing on ranked, so if you release PvE now, I can guarantee you it will be way more popular.
But like that's the thing. Do we have like that's a feeling that we've been having for so long now?
No, because Riot can make it better. Because these days, roguelites are really just blowing up.
No, but it's not about that.
Vampire Survivors, the most shitty game in the world, is the most popular right now.
It is cool to play. It's not shit.
It is really
alright?
good. It is really good. And you know what it is? A roguelite. What if
Yeah.
you take a team of 3 people? Even if they are random, it's not PvP, so who the heck cares? You take 3 people, they fight off the waves of like, I don't know, Star Guardian or Odyssey, and after every wave, you get a random power.
Make achievements or like titles tied with
And you
like
just
the
go
new
as
system.
long as you want.
The options are countless, you know. They could do literally anything. I don't know, do something like a mode for people to warm up where you have like targets moving and you skill shot different places you have to move, etc. Imagine if League was open source and you had like workshop like in CS:GO, people would do everything for them. People would do RPG maps, PvE maps. They would do everything, and it would be so much fun. But Riot is never gonna allow it because they like to have everything in their control always.
Return back to the Warcraft roots and let people mod your game.
This is never gonna happen. We know that Riot won't let people do anything. Like look at advertising, and when Riot allowed some like sponsorships on for like pro games, you know, it was like season 8 or something like that. I don't know. It was a couple of years back, but before they never had any, you know, any brand sponsoring or anything like that. So they have everything in their control, you know. But then they probably realized they could, you know, make some more money. But yeah, the problem is that this wouldn't make the money probably. But I still think even for those hardcore grinders in ranked, it would be nice to be able to warm up or whatever, or to just unwind after a tilting game or anything like that, you know. But there is nothing, you know.
But I wonder, like, so in the past, whenever I had this suspicion, I was always right. It's like, whenever content is slowing down, that means that Riot is working on something bigger. The last time it happened that I made a video on it, on this very topic, it's still on my channel. I think it was 2018. And I was like, all right, Riot is really cutting down everything that's happening on League. Something's really suspicious. I think they are gonna release a new game. Long and behold, they released 4 new games. And then I had the same suspicion right before Spirit Blossom, and I was like, all right, they have to be working on something because otherwise, what the heck are they doing? And so they released, you know, the client story thingy, but they also released the new game mode, which was Nexus Blitz. Now the same thing is happening for the 3rd time, and I think there has to be a new game mode for the summer event.
You
you're being too wishful.
You're full on copium, like holy hell.
Because if not, I don't understand what's happening right now. Because there has been a massive content drought for the last 2 months now. Something has to be happening.
Well,
no.
I hope you are right, but
Valorant got a new agent.
Yeah, huge content. No, I really don't, because like we know that Song of Nunu was supposed to release a month ago or something like that.
Yes, yeah.
So technically, we should have gotten like some sort of League-related content.
Yeah, you're right.
Actually,
now there's a whole.
Well, MSI is coming, so if anything, they can announce something on MSI, right? Like they usually do with some big events. I mean, not saying MSI is really big, but like.
Normally they do a champion teaser MSI, but you know, with things have went, I'm not sure how. If they do a teaser, which it's so hard to know if they. Yeah, if they do one, it's not going to have as much of an impact.
Yeah.
I just hope Riot does anything new for like casual players.
They need to. They have to.
It's crazy to me that, I mean, crazy. I can understand it, but League is basically about grinding, and it's full focus on people who are. I would say addicted, like genuinely, because those people who grind ranked all the time. Would you say they are happy doing that? I don't know. Maybe we would find like 1% or 2% people, but they're just like about competitiveness, you know, and about grinding. But is it really fun? You know, you would ask those people like on a therapy, you know?
Yeah.
Do you really enjoy it?
It's because you can't hang out with people. That's the thing. It's like, you want to hang out in Fortnite. You know what they have? They have the freaking sussy game mode. You know, they have that even.
Sussy game mode.
Why don't we have sussy game mode in League?
I mean, Fortnite was better from the very release. You know, they had like camera modes, everything like right off the bat. You know, and they keep changing things. So
We can
The
have.
camera mode is it was rough. I think it still is rough.
Yeah.
Well, it's better than no camera mode.
True.
They didn't have
Yeah.
any keyframing.
Well, League does not have anything.
Yeah, no, because it was Declan who actually introduced that.
Yeah, it was actually you. You made it. And they were like,
You
can
made
we
it
use
happen
that?
somehow. Yeah.
Yeah, and then apparently having the anti-cheat, some parts of the anti-cheat disabled in spectator and replays was a big security flaw to their anti-cheat
yeah,
efforts.
when we speak of it, we still don't have this feature to spectate people in the client. You know.
Yeah.
We had that.
I mean-
we had that years back.
Yeah, I could spectate pro players.
So many
That's
features.
still. Oh yeah, you can spectate pro players if you go into the right tabs in the client.
What?
Okay.
Like, yeah. So if you go like, if
No
you like
way,
go on your
really?
profile and then clicked on ranked and then view like the top, like 50 players in the division, you can, if they're in a game, you can right click and spectate them.
Wait, do I have to like? Can someone check, or do I have to reinstall League of Legends on this PC to check it
You
myself?
don't have it installed? I'll check.
Thank
Yeah, no. So you go profile,
you.
ranked.
FPV now.
I
And
cannot even
then-
do that because they want me to queue. You know, I'm
No,
stuck
no,
in
no,
the-
no, 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 no. So if you profile ranked, and then you see where it says solo and duo.
Yeah. Oh god, dude, here.
Yeah. You click on that, then you click top,
Okay, top
like the
solo,
top
okay.
solo players,
Okay.
and then you get a list of them. And then if it's got an I next to their name, like number 11 does, you can right click and spectate.
Okay. Wait. Okay. Let me see. I'm going in. That I actually didn't know that. But
Yeah,
I
it's so convoluted.
I remember back in the day when it was like right there in the client, bottom left, there was like, these games are happening in high elo. And there was the
Yeah.
button. It was
Yeah.
like, watch them.
back in
And
the
the
time
U-
when
the-
Riot actually featured content creators and League clients.
Oh,
and-
That
that
is
was a
true,
long
too.
time ago.
The URL still exists for those games as well from the old Air client. Like I've just linked it. Yeah, so that URL is basically that old feature tab that used to appear. It used to pull from this URL,
Wow.
and it's still alive. And you can do it for US as well. That's just the PBE one because I always got the PBE one at hand. I think if you change it to
crazy.
EU1, no, it's like got a different thing. But yeah, it's like the URLs are still alive. Weirdly enough.
I mean, yeah, that's how you can check the status, right? If it's
Oh man.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, but it's
You
just
learn something new every day.
Yeah.
yeah, but it's just sad. Its entire focus is on competitiveness
Yes.
and on ranked.
it's because
And-
the community just doesn't have a place to kind of like unite and like, you know,
Yeah, and
'cause
also
YouTube is dead anyway.
Riot knows that having people play this way for ranked and sort of like addiction is probably, you know, the best to keep like active players, I guess, you know.
Hmm.
I mean,
Meanwhile,
League
I played a
can be
whole like
fun.
2 games of ranked ever.
Proud of you.
Yeah.
I wonder
I-
if challenges are gonna do anything though.
I don't think so.
Because challenges are supposed to
No.
be like casual achievements. Like when I was going
Yeah,
through
they
them,
are.
they sounded really cool to be honest. Like win a game
5
with,
skins.
yeah, win a game with 5 people with champions only from like Noxus. I was like, hell yeah,
Yeah.
that actually sounds like fun. I don't have friends because this game never encouraged social, you know, friendliness.
I mean, we are
Yeah.
friends, aren't we? Like.
Yeah,
I'm quitting,
you play-
I'm quitting the
freaking-
podcast. Fuck this.
Mr. Spaceman is playing No Man's Sky. You're animating dancing
Silco,
Silco. I'm
yeah.
playing WoW. You know, Vendrell is playing Tibia. I mean,
No, I'm not playing TV. I played like 10 years ago. I'm cycling, okay? But the weather is horrible now, so I can't even cycle.
Oh.
anyway, yeah, that's kind of the state right now. I play
Yeah.
DFT to be fair.
Yeah, TFT is enjoyable, you know. I gotta say it. But the thing is, I feel like Nexus Blitz or any other game mode could have been like TFT if Riot
Yes.
did
Yes.
with them what they did with TFT.
Yes,
It frustrates
absolutely.
me. It frustrates me so much because they're saying, "Oh, the game modes are dying," but oh, TFT is doing well. But you put so many people to full-time do TFT with so many changes, so much stuff, and it's actually cool. But meanwhile, you have those modes that
much
you made them, and
randomness.
you are like, let them die, basically.
That
You
was
don't care.
exactly my point. That's exactly why I believe like Odyssey, like in their eyes, didn't do well. It's because they didn't make it good. It's not because like, you know, it's not our problem that it didn't do well. If, for example, because the augments in Odyssey were amazing, making a build around it was amazing. If you take Odyssey and make it a roguelite where you don't choose your augments, but the augments appear randomly, suddenly you have replayability and suddenly people play the game. You fix the game mode by making it better, and that's how
I
you
mean,
get
maybe the
people to play
problem for
more.
them would be that if it would be like a single player roguelike, their servers wouldn't be capable
No,
of doing
I
that.
wouldn't go.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I wouldn't go single player. You have to go still party. But according to the numbers when they talked about it, it's because there was no replayability. People played like 3 games and they were done.
I mean, I
Wasn't
wonder
that
why.
another
Maybe
problem?
I wonder why. Maybe because they made this mode so it's
Yes.
Yeah.
this
Yeah,
way. Like
they made it this way. If the augments were random, and if on top of that you give it the ultimate spellbook, now people are gonna love it. You know, you can make it better.
But wasn't there another huge problem with it where you had to unlock the augments and lots
Yeah.
of people
Yes.
didn't want to
Yes.
do that.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
eventually they just unlocked it for everyone. But the thing is, when you unlock all the augments for people,
There is no progression, no reason to
a
play.
week.
Yeah.
No, it's not even that. It's not even that. The people who didn't want to grind the augments didn't realize, and even when told, they were just like, oh well, I've already played it, I don't care, because
Yeah.
they didn't realize how fun the augments made it.
Yes.
And that would have skewed it so hard.
Yeah. It's in Riot's hands, to be honest. They
And
can
then they
can
nerfed
make a good
Yumi in
casual mode.
Ultimate Spellbook and made it unfun to play.
Hey,
'Cause it
what
was
happened to
cool.
Ultimate Spellbook? What happened to it?
Yumi Ultimate Spellbook,
They bring it
Yumi,
back
you
every now
had the
and again.
Seraph ult and you were attached to someone and literally bombarding their ass
Yeah.
bot lane.
I feel
Ultimate
like
Spellbook was actually good, and
You know-
I
Go
have a
ahead.
solution for Riot actually. If
I
they
actually
can...
do. I actually have it too. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, you start first.
Tons of
No,
cocaine.
because my idea was that people still there are a lot of people like me who are still anxious about the PvP side of it. What if what if we bring back the ridiculously overpowered Doom bots?
They said
And
they
the only
couldn't.
way you beat them, is through ridiculously overpowered ultimates. Fun.
Like, Rowan said they couldn't bring it back because it's a lot of work on the AI and the kits changed.
You can do it. Fortnite is doing.
They're
freaking-
not
of
gonna
course.
bring it back because you said it would be fun, and Riot is not gonna allow that.
yeah.
But my solution is actually different, and it would allow them to make a new game mode every week, or like every few days, which is do all the game modes on Summoner's Rift and just adjust things. I don't know, for one weekend remove the
Don't.
jungle, for other weekend make 10v10, for other weekend ban, I don't know, only allow supports, but only allow them with AD items, for example, disable all the rest. You know, this way you could do so many things. Every weekend you could do like 50 different things entire
Some
year,
sort
and
of,
nothing
like,
would
ultimate
replay itself,
bravery.
you know?
That's what the rotating game mode was.
Could be,
Tie
you know, but you
into
could-
challenges.
You
as
could
well,
do
yeah.
just so much adjustment in there, you know?
Yeah, it's very easy for Riot to do that because they've already
Yes,
got all the
that's what
toggles
I'm
set
saying.
up.
I
where
know-
they
I
can
know Riot
ban-
wa-
Yeah.
I know Riot wants to do something that requires them a lot of work, so I'm presenting a very simple solution, which is, I don't know, literally disable some champions, disable some items, or I don't know, remove the jungle monsters, whatever, for every weekend. That would give those players, you know, a fresh vibe, you know, for the weekend.
Yeah.
And then next weekend you do something else, you know? Those things would be literally close to zero effort, considering such a company, of course, you know? So I think it would be a lot of fun, you know?
I still think the only way you can bring me back is PvE though. That's I'm stuck to that. There's no way you can bring me back. It's because I actually went to, if you go to Legends of Runeterra subreddit or anywhere really, the reason why people like PvE so much, and they say there, is because a lot of people just don't like the PvP. They just have the anxiety of facing another player. That's
Yeah.
why
Yeah.
in Legends of Runeterra
100%.
PvE was so big. It's because you want to have fun with the cards, but you don't want to play against another try-hard player who's
You
gonna
also
ruin
have
your day.
randomness there, because like you choose like
Yeah.
augments on your cards,
Yes.
like
Once again, yeah,
awesome.
roguelite.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna happen in League, but maybe with that new
It has to.
new game that Riot was teasing, wasn't it like kind
Yeah,
of like
Project
a hack
F.
and slash or whatever?
yeah.
I don't know.
Project F in the chat, because it's not gonna release anytime soon.
Yeah, Project F kind of died.
Did
No
it
idea
really?
what
Or
it No, we don't
we
know.
haven't got
It's like,
any news.
Okay.
Like,
there's
like
total
this-
silence.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, like before Valorant and all of that got released, we didn't really hear much either, right? And then suddenly there are like 5 games coming in your face, you know.
Yeah.
So maybe it's
But
this
this is
way,
the only project that like didn't get anything, like
Yeah.
a single
I
word
mean-
since then.
And the only project that everyone was excited about.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if they cancelled it, I think they would say that, you know,
That's
they
true.
cancelled it.
I don't think they can cancel that because you also look at the market,
they
what's
can.
happening, you know. Like WoW is declining hardcore, you know.
Oh yeah.
Sure, you had
Dragonflight.
The scalies now.
you have
Yay.
Lost Ark, and before Lost Ark, what was that Amazon one? I forgot the name.
New World.
Yeah, that just like disappeared like instantly almost.
Yeah.
So
And Lost Ark is bleeding too now. Now
I
that
mean,
people
but
realize
Lost Ark is like, but still there is. I feel like there is a room for a big, you know, competitor
Oh yeah,
here.
yeah, absolutely. They
And-
can still do well with it.
Yep. So if it's done well, I feel like that could be their top product actually,
Yeah.
because you can monetize those games usually even better than a mobile, you know.
Yeah, it's the issue right now with that is that it's heavily pay to win, and people are realizing how big of a pay to win game it is. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah,
Which one is pay to win now?
Lost Ark.
Is it really?
League of
Yes,
Legends.
heavily.
Okay.
There's a weird level area where it's like such a huge grind unless you spend money, if I remember.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's like Hearthstone.
It's like it's way worse because
It's
here
worse than
it's like,
Hearthstone.
It's like imagine WoW, but you can only get the highest level items if you either play 50 hours for one item,
Okay.
or you pay $20.
Okay, I didn't realize that. I
And then
thought
at
that
the
I would
At the
probably
beginning,
opt for the game.
No, like there's like Asmongold streams are like streams where he's, and the best thing about that is that you upgrade your gear, so you can like spend $20 to upgrade it, but there is only like 20% chance of success.
Okay.
So like the top streams are Asmongold, who is spending like $2,000 to upgrade his items and failing and getting nothing out of it.
Okay, that's a great money business, you know.
Yes. Yeah, like it's incredibly profitable, but people are realizing that they cannot reach the highest level and they can't get into the most difficult raids unless they spend like $2,000.
That's actually pretty ridiculous.
Yeah,
if you
it's,
ask
it's a
me.
Korean
but
game, and
here's the thing,
they are used
yeah.
to it there.
Yeah, Korean games are all like that.
Yes.
I played Sword of the New World, or it's also known as Granado Espada.
What the
And
what?
yeah, it's
That sounds Spanish.
yeah, it is Spanish. Well, I don't know why they went with a Spanish name, but they did. But it's a Korean MMO where you control like 3 characters at once, kind of thing. And when
Oh,
they
wait,
brought it
Genshin
out
Impact?
for North America, they renamed it to Sword of the New World. But yeah, it was so grindy. Like you could get up to level 100 really easily, but getting past level 100, it was such an exponential curve. It was
But
ridiculous.
it's easy if you open your wallet, though. That's always
Yeah, yeah, but not really.
okay. But in Lost Ark, that's absolutely the case anyway.
Hmm.
So yeah,
It's a problem
didn't
with all
realize.
Korean games.
yeah, they are known for that. It's not
Yeah,
even
those games usually tend to bleed, but we'll see, you know.
Yeah, we'll see.
Even if they bleed, they already probably made so much.
It's
of
because
it that-
because Amazon is trying to like dampen the heavy pay to win aspect. They are trying to like go against it, but
Yeah, Amazon trying.
yeah, you know how it's going. They release. It's because also Lost Ark has all the content released in Korea 2 years ahead, because now they are like retroactively they are like going back to Europe and they are releasing their content there here now. So they are releasing the raids at such a speed that you can't level up fast enough through free to play. So they are like trying to see if you wanna pay to upgrade your gear faster so you can go into the new raids now. You know, it's really sketchy.
That's ridiculous. You know?
And there was a lot of drama about this with the latest raid.
I mean, those games like instantly put me like away. Like I remember playing Hearthstone, and there was one game. I don't know. I just played versus someone who had a card, some like legendary card, that he put it on board, and it would be invisible, and every turn it gained like 1 HP and 1 damage. You know.
Yeah.
And a few turns later, I couldn't target it with anything, you know. And then I just got 2-shot, you know. And that was the last time I played Hearthstone.
Fun gameplay, yes.
Yeah.
So that's how it ended for me, you know. I was like, okay, enough is enough, you know.
And once again, you know what I liked in Hearthstone? It was the PvE adventures. It was going through the raids. I like those.
100%.
Freaking Naxxramas in Hearthstone was my favorite part of the game.
When was that released? Was it
That was a while. That's a really old one.
okay?
Probably, like,
But
the
was
first
it
one,
released
like-
instantly? Because I feel like I played Hearthstone like around release, but I don't.
No.
recall
That
this
was
thing.
like a year or two after release.
I'm sorry, probably already quit. Okay.
But yeah, Naxxramas was amazing. And you know, and that's what they are doing in Legends of Runeterra now. And look at how it works. It's perfect.
Because again,
fun.
the competitors are declining. Like all Blizzard games are going like face first into the concrete. So
But like, you know, I feel like if League actually did go PvE for the casual audience, I don't think there would be a competitor against them.
I mean, it wouldn't be,
gameplay.
but that would require Riot to do something, and they would provide you with statistics that if they did this, then the players would play less ranked, and that would be less profitable for them. This always happens. It's the same.
skins.
No, I wouldn't say so, because you can still buy skins for PvE games too.
Maybe if they made it like
that.
this PvE mode, like €50 to even play it, then.
No, I would. I think skins would be able to carry it.
I mean, I was joking. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but
I guess. I don't know, maybe, but I don't think that would ever justify it to them. You know, they're too committed to that ranked focus on people who are
They have to
kind of
sustain the game,
addicted,
though.
and then a small portion of people who play like with friends. Because if you play like as a pre-made, as 5 people, League can be fun. I'll admit it.
Yes,
But-
that's absolutely it. You can
Yeah.
only play as a full team.
But although, how many times can I play the same map? Like I've played League for almost 12 years by now.
Yes.
You know, I didn't really play recent 2-3 years, but it's just how many times can you play the same map? Like it's just so boring. Like honestly.
Yeah.
100% agree. That's also why I think some of the game modes should have been adapted for the ARAM map.
Are you eating something?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
He's always eating.
No, that's not true. No, I'm actually eating a waffle.
No, but
right
I remember
But-
back in. I think we talked about this with Rowan, and I'm not sure what he said. I can't remember.
But
now.
even one for all on like ARAM or Earth in ARAM would be actually something new than just fucking Earth
Yeah.
on Summoner's
Yes.
Rift.
I mean, first one for
Yes.
all, I think, was available on ARAM, right? Because the very you
yeah,
are
you're
probably
right.
aware that you were able to play one for all before it was even released, because people were like using like an exploit, and they were making like custom lobbies that allowed them
Yeah.
to play same champion. That's
Yeah.
how it was born,
Yeah.
you know.
Was it
Riot
Winter
didn't-
Mint or something like that?
I don't recall, but I just remember going to custom games and people were making lobbies and we were able to pick the same champion, you know? And that was before Riot officially made it into mode. And it's also a shame that they didn't do mirror mode again. I feel like if they did mirror mode, especially in a place like ARAM, I feel like maybe people don't like one for all so much because you play in Summoner's Rift and you don't get the fun of it. But if
You
you,
know what
played
they
it in
should do?
ARAM or like some adapted map like Magma Chamber, then
You know what they should do? They should do a racing game mode where every champion has the same.
It was
base
done on
speed.
Dominion.
You know, but
Yeah.
if you give every champion the same base speed and they only use their CC abilities, and just you race around the map, like Mario Kart but with League.
Maybe my 360-degree Mario Kart video would
Like,
Yeah, I was about to say, Chibiin's got a video on this.
Dang it, Riot! You have the freedom to do anything.
So
But
one
there's
don't
also
copy-
a
do they
problem
have
of
the
like
don't
the
copy
game
them again.
engine's so old.
Yeah, a little bit old, you know.
Yeah, it's all over the place. Like that's the
Yeah.
problem. Like
I feel like
it's like
Riot Forge is
been,
Riot Forge
yeah,
is now.
update it.
They are now gonna carry the IP because it's funny to see that League is no longer carrying their IP.
yeah.
I'm
Pretty much.
surprised like at how big Valorant has grown.
Oh yeah, it's pretty.
It took it a while.
It's because once
An
again,
entire
their
year or
only
two, right?
their only
almost
competitor is Counter-Strike, and Counter-Strike just doesn't have the fantastical elements.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like
See, I feel like CS is just. I don't think it'll
The
feel like
base.
CS even declined too much. It's just.
no, it's gonna stay the same.
It basically brought people from like different types of games. I would say.
Yeah.
You know.
But it's
But
like
Overwatch.
if you know, it's like if you
Yeah,
like the military-
Overwatch was
Oh,
again
yeah,
game dying again, another Blizzard game. That's just-
Rainbow Six Siege was also an FPS that was pretty popular at some
Oh
point.
yeah, but that's only for like the military audience, and that's the same
Yeah.
for CS. But like you know, Valorant now has sexy ladies there as well. I mean, bring Booba to Counter Strike and see what it does. You know?
Again, well, the good thing about Valorant is that it is actually being developed. Look at the amount of
Yeah.
maps in Valorant and look at the amount of maps in League of Legends. Isn't that crazy, by the way?
That is absolutely.
The amount of modes or things you can do in Valorant and things you can do in League, you know? In League, you can, I'm gonna play ranked and I'm gonna play normal, you know?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh,
damn it.
I think that could also be due to the fact that Valorant works on Unreal Engine and League of Legends has its own like engine thingy, so it's like easier to grab someone that knows how Unreal Engine works to like create more stuff rather
That's
than like
true.
teach
I mean,
them
probably
how your own engine works.
if someone goes to Riot and they're gonna look at this, they're gonna spend probably years trying to understand what's there, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's
What if they ported League to Unreal though?
even
like-
even to Unity with like Wild Rift. Like Wild Rift has way more options because it's on Unity to like have custom
Yeah.
game modes.
But I'm curious where Wild Rift's going to go with custom game modes. If they will actually do them, or if not.
Will they do PvE?
I really hope so. Like
I would actually, not
Yes.
even kidding. I would just swap to Wild Rift. I would just stream playing PvE there.
Well, this is where things get really crazy with Wild Rift because I'm
really
pretty
like
sure
Wild
you can set any champion as the bot.
ooh.
I'm pretty sure all champions work as bots.
So they
in
have
Wild
like,
Rift.
so they have decent AI then.
Well,
I mean,
can't-
it's
well,
Unity
oh,
AI.
I wouldn't go that far, but
Decent AI.
You can pretty much
But
like have
it's-
basic stuff AI in Unity, so like you don't even need to do it.
yeah. So it's like the AI is probably not amazing, but you know it just works out of the box kind of
I
thing.
mean, but like for PvE content, you know, if you look at like NPC AI, you know, you need like, oh, there's a target, you go there, you use ability, you know. Because the AI in Wild Rift is like it's like looking at your position. It's like, what situation am I in? Oh, is he hitting me? Maybe I should run. You know, you don't need
That's
to
the
do
thing.
that in PvE.
And since it's Unity, it's probably like 10 times easier to find some tech engineer guy that can also work on this
That's true.
because
yeah.
they know how the structure works.
Yeah, well, it will never happen in League. I feel like maybe if there was League of Legends too, but it's never gonna happen. Let's be real, you know.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. But like, it would have been cool if League was on a more popular engine, because the issue is like exactly that. You have to like teach your tech people how your engine works, because it's not something that is known, and then it creates a problem of like limiting the amount of content that you can produce because nobody
that's-
fucking knows how your shit
you
works.
know, you say that.
I
That's
think it's
why.
Lewis scripts.
That's why Ghost
For the most part.
Scroller is now the hero at Riot. He's like, Ghost Scroller is right now a secret agent who's gonna save the entire company if they release the MMO.
If they release the MMO in 10 years, bro.
He recently tweeted that he's like, you know, if we
Yeah, I
ship
know.
the MMO, it will be
Yeah,
my
but
last
still.
project. And then he was like, all right, people actually think that like, you know, maybe we won't release it. And he was like, we will release it. And he's like, we got the most stacked team imaginable.
But like, it's not. I don't feel like having the most stacked team available makes your game instantly a hit. Of course, it's Riot Game bread. It's gonna be a hit. But nonetheless,
the thing is,
we don't know in 10 years where Riot will be.
That's true. But
that is
right
the
now,
major issue with it.
No. But right now, League of Legends is the MMO waiting room.
But that is the thing. Do you think people will wait for like 10 years?
There's gonna be Arcane 2. That's gonna you know, that's gonna be a sustenance at least.
I mean, 10 years you're gonna be probably part of the game. You're on your own. You know, it's gonna be too late. Like, look how
Chibiin's
it's
gonna be in his
developing,
40s.
In 10 years.
Okay, dude. Okay, you didn't need to go that far. Okay, dude.
But yeah,
but this is how it's gonna go, right? I feel like in 10 or 20 years you would be able to like be a part of the game like VR, but to a next level. I feel like those things are coming, you know.
My major issue is it's not waiting, waiting itself. Is what can Riot do to sustain itself for the next 10 years?
Anything.
Yeah,
because Valorant
Ari
is gonna
skins
carry it.
every patch.
Yeah, like skins.
Yeah.
But Valorant is gonna carry it. So
But
that's gonna be for a while.
That's the thing. It's in the future. We don't know if, for example, there's gonna be a next big thing, like with Source 2. Valve's
Then
gonna
Riot
release
is
a
gonna
new
steal it.
CS:GO thing, and then boom, Valorant is gonna drop to
Riot.
Can I
is gonna
just say
steal it.
Source 2's been a thing since 2016? And
I know, but you never know.
But like no, but here's the thing. It's like because Riot is doing exactly what Blizzard has been doing for years. They
Nothing.
steal stuff and make
Oh.
it better. Because WoW, you know, even WoW started from EverQuest and it was like, oh, this sucks, we'll just make it better. Then they had Heroes of the Storm. Well, they just took it from League of Legends, made it better, to be honest. But the problem is that the player base was
It
in League.
died.
If Heroes of the Storm released now, I wouldn't be too surprised if people actually played it more.
Yeah, I would definitely. Yeah, if Heroes of the Storm didn't have an AFK and levers problem right now, as we speak, I would be playing it over and over again.
And then you have Overwatch, stolen from actually multiple different things.
Yeah.
And you know, and then you have Riot Games.
Paladins. as well.
Valorant taken from Overwatch. TFT taken from Dota.
Yeah.
League of Legends
taken from Dota.
taken from Dota. It's like Riot is excellent at improving things.
Yeah, same
Still
from like
like
Legends of
other people
Runeterra.
Exactly, Legends of Runeterra, Hearthstone, but better. So, like, if there is another game that comes out that's super cool and it's super awesome, you know what Riot is gonna do? I like this, but it could use a little bit of this.
No, of course, but like that's the thing that scares me. It's like I really cannot wait for the MMO, but in my head, I'm like, it is still a long way before we can even imagine touching the MMO in any shape or form.
But yeah.
And like a lot of things can happen during that time. Like
I think that Riot should actually put the minimal effort to keep League like well and on top, because the amount of people playing MOBA is crazy, you know.
It is still massive, even though it
remember,
looks bad.
we have to of course remember about China. You know, China has 30 servers itself. China is literally like half of global League population.
Yes.
Many people don't realize that. So they have to keep it going. You know, it's just they cannot give up on it. You know, and it would be nice if it saw some improvements, but it feels like in many regards it's just declining.
I feel like you know Arcane is also gonna carry it for a while. There's gonna be Arcane 2. We don't know if there's gonna be Arcane 3.
I don't know. I don't know how it would be in China. Well, that would be their main market, right? But
Yeah.
as much
but
as
I don't know if Arcane has
like there's still
that
a
much
chance
power.
that Arcane 2 isn't as big of a hit as Arcane 1, because Arcane 1
There-
was
yeah,
it's like
but-
the first time. You
It was a
always
surprise.
remember
But,
the
but,
first
look,
one.
but look what happened. We had Arcane a few months ago, and what is happening to League right now? It's certainly not like improving or increasing.
Yes,
when it comes
that's
to
exactly the
multiplayer.
point,
So,
yes.
so I really don't feel like that Arcane has that much, you know, can help League that too much. Honestly, even when you had League developers telling people to try like Wild Rift or TFT, and they didn't tell people to try League.
It's because I remember it was on Reddit so many times. It was like, oh, I really like Arcane. I kind of wanna see what League of Legends is about. And everyone was like, no, don't play the game. Play
whenever-
Ruin King, an excellent RPG. Play that, not the League. I remember
Yeah,
people were saying that.
it's become a meme to just be like, yeah, don't play League.
Yeah, I fully agree. I make content on it. Don't play League.
Like, if you want to feel miserable, play League by all means. But if you like
League
want to
is
take
not a
care of your
casual
mental
game.
health, like don't.
You
Yeah.
need to. Riot needs to make it a casual game.
They won't.
But they need.
I mean,
That's literally the
I
only
mean,
way
they
it's
needed to do
supported.
that 5 years ago, and what
Yeah.
This is how you do it. You make a mod for Dota 2 that's a PvE mode and manage to somehow blow it up where it's massive on Twitch, and then Riot will copy it.
Just make League open source. It's really that simple.
Yeah, I would actually. Yeah, if you do that.
If someone can work with that, then yeah.
I wouldn't want to touch that barge pole.
Yeah, but some people would figure it out, right? And remember that Riot wouldn't need to put a cent into that, you know? People would figure it out themselves because they would want to do it.
that has always been the case with modding. Like, look at Skyrim. You think anyone liked
Yeah.
the Bethesda freaking engine?
I'm actually a fan of Elder Scrolls.
Oh, yeah, so I thought
Yeah,
you were
but, like-
about to, like, I'm a fan of the engine itself.
yeah,
I
their
was like,
engine.
dude, you're crazy.
I mean, it has its charm, right? When
no,
you go,
the
when you
modding
see like
engine is
Oblivion.
literally fucking cancer, dude.
What was Oblivion also like the same, or?
Yeah, it's just like the same engine, but they put more stuff into it. Even Fallout 76 is also technically I think it's creative
But
engine.
those bugs and those like issues with the game were like kind of even not really a disadvantage
there.
to those games. They were like a part
They
of
are
it, you know.
features now.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I like the Elder Scrolls games, you know, so much that Oblivion was
it's
so broken,
goofy.
for example.
But
yeah.
yeah, modding kept that game alive for 20 years.
I mean,
Like,
it's still alive. When you go, I don't know. I follow those videos. Morrowind that was released 20 years ago. Morrowind videos are currently like getting 6 digits on some channels, like posted like recent months.
Time to be a Morrowind channel.
Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim keep getting those, you know, waves of fresh, you know, vibes. Like, look at those Oblivion videos, the meme videos. Like, my most liked video out of all is actually an Oblivion meme video. So.
You're violating the law.
But yeah, it's so.
It has 292,000 likes. It's titled
that
"Asking
one.
Oblivion NPC a
Oh, I
question."
remember that
Oh my
video.
god.
and that's my most liked video, and my most viewed video is a Minecraft video on my first channel. So I'm failing on my League channel because I don't have a most viewed video and I don't have a most liked video.
I feel like when I do a subathon, I'm gonna finally play like Minecraft properly for the first time. I feel like I'm missing out.
I mean, my Minecraft video was
played
actually
it?
my Minecraft video was actually a 10-hour loop of music, but I used to do 10-hour music before, so.
But Minecraft is still doing really well though on YouTube.
It's
It
game.
blew
because-
up again.
Look
the
what
biggest
Minecraft can do. Look at the community around Minecraft. When you play Minecraft with your friends, you don't have it's relaxing, it's fun, you know.
It's
And that's something and something
It's
League
also
doesn't have.
PvE. Let's go.
Minecraft is about the most children-friendly games you can imagine. It's great, I feel like, for creativity of children, you know, and I think it's if I had kids, I would let them play this game, and I think it could like actually help them develop a lot.
Absolutely.
I feel like this game is wonderful, and when I played it first time, I don't know, it was like
I mean,
12 years ago, maybe more.
If you
Something
let
like
your
that.
kid play League of Legends super young, the only thing you're gonna get from that is like your kid is gonna know every single insult in every language
Yeah,
around your
every
country.
swear word
That's
in
true.
every language.
Yeah,
That's true.
that's not a.
Yeah.
That's
But
not
yeah,
a
Minecraft
community
is
you can friendly
wonderful,
game.
both single and multiplayer, and I wish League had that, but well.
Yeah, maybe one day. Oh, dude, yeah. I mean,
Oh, don't.
Nah, it won't happen, but we can copy them, you know.
it's not even. Copium at
Well,
this
once
point.
again, Riot Forge is gonna save the
Cocaine.
day.
I actually can't wait to if I can finally hit 1 million subs and just, you know, focus on other stuff, because it's just how much can you do really, you know?
Can be Mr. Beast.
That'll be an interesting. You can actually do it though, because what you can do is that you can focus on bugs in other games.
Yeah, I mean that's,
you can make bug compilations.
yeah, that's the purpose on my second channel.
You
but
missed
right,
you
Oh,
missed
yeah.
out on Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk was decent, but also the GTA before they hotfixed
Yeah.
the remastered edition, you know. I missed on quite a few, but if it wasn't for League, I would have time for that. But honestly,
You're
like,
set up really well for that. Like, my channel is in a worse spot because how the heck do I swap to another game?
I mean, just make another channel, you know.
I guess
I mean,
so.
I cannot do it
mean,
on
you
my
s-
main channel anyway. I can only do League, and at best, I can maybe do League MMO if that's ever happening, you know. But nothing else really. So, but
Yeah,
I think it would be. I think it would be some form of relief if I can finally like not do League so much. I mean, I don't have to. I still enjoy it, but it's just, you know what? If I hit this number, maybe I'll be like, oh, finally time to explore some new stuff. Because League is honestly boring. That's the main issue, right?
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah, I agree.
your Elden Ring video, Necro, that managed to get over 100k views.
Oh, wait,
But
really?
that's kind of small for how big Elden Ring was, though. It's because the issue with that is that people.
Spoiler-
I
no spoilers
loved
in
working
the
on the video. I love doing that, but people just didn't want to get spoiled, even though it literally has no spoilers in the title.
People
So-
don't read the title, they click the thumbnail,
Yeah.
so you should have probably had in massive writing, no spoilers.
Yeah. So like everyone who watched that video, they were like, "Oh, this is really awesome! I really liked it." But the issue is that like people who play the game, they just didn't want to get spoiled, and so I don't know if this is the way for me to branch out. I really don't know, because if I make lore on other games, everyone's gonna be like, I'm just gonna skip. I'll actually play
Yeah,
the game.
this is the problem. I don't think we can, any of us, maybe Chibiin, can do like
And they can
non-league
animate
content
3D
on one
porn.
main. Yeah, exactly. But on our main channels, I mean, especially when you grow to this extent, I feel like it's very hard to switch.
No, I think you actually have the easiest one, because people watch your channel because they are interested in the spaghetti that's behind the game. They are not like they are not like, oh, I love League of Legends, and so I love how this champion
I'm pretty
behaves.
sure. I'm pretty sure it would be impossible for me to do it on this channel, because you wouldn't have the same click through, you wouldn't have the same numbers, and eventually you would like slide down. You know, that's how it goes.
No, well, yeah, it dips down.
As I
but-
said, if there is like League MMO, I can try like content there, but I don't think you could go like Oblivion. You know.
I mean, yeah, no, that's the thing.
And
If-
also
if
there's
you made-
there's also another thing that I feel like if you have small new channel, then algorithm can help you way more.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I feel like in your case specifically, people just want to see the game just, crash and do awful.
Maybe.
awful
I
things.
mean, I can give it a shot, definitely. I mean,
Well,
at
if,
some
like,
point.
If Cyberpunk came out now and you made like a bug compilation, like a 10-minute video, proper bug compilation, I wouldn't be surprised if it did actually well.
Maybe you are right. It's worth a shot, right? If I hit 1 million, I'd consider that.
Yeah, like
But,
whenever a game comes out, you just go bug hunting, and people,
Yeah, actually-
and people
I
will be
actually-
like, "Oh my god, he found a bug in that game," And I feel like out of us, you might have the easiest time.
Maybe, I don't know. It's worth giving a shot, as you're suggesting,
Yeah.
If there is a game that's like interesting enough, and I don't know if you guys have it too, but like editing anything that's not League is so much fun. I've done
Yeah,
2000,
yes.
I've done 2,000 videos, all over 2,000 videos. Skin Spotlight did even more, like 4K probably. It's like doing anything non-League, like even editing something for a friend gives you like so much fun.
Yeah. That's the Elden Ring video. I was literally standing in front of green screen and I was just like putting myself into different places in the Elden Ring world. And I had so much fun with it. Like now I'm in a swamp. Now I'm on a tree. You know, and I just had so much fun with that because in League I just don't have that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's pretty cool. I mean, this video did well all in all, so maybe you have a shot too. If you wanted to.
Yeah, but it's gonna be hard if I'm consistent with it. Yes, but right now I actually like swapped from lore more to like Riot news because no one's really doing that. But right now my channel is being carried by me covering news around Riot Games.
Right.
So I already swapped.
I feel like it's also tricky if you wanted to do lore from other games because just the entry barrier for you would be huge because like, you know, knowing the lore of entire world is just too much, right?
I feel like the option for me is to go streaming more than YouTube. That's like the leverage that I can use.
Potentially, yeah.
That's my way out. I need to stream.
Depending what you would stream, right?
Well, yeah, but like I've had a lot of success with TFT so far. Streaming TFT is pretty fun. But even I was streaming freaking my reaction to the Dragonflight in WoW, and you know, and it had the same views. So I feel like on Twitch, it's actually way more based on the community than the content.
Yeah, I mean, if you have community built around you rather than your content, then
yes,
absolutely.
And yeah.
And if on your Twitch it seems that way, so I think that could work for you, you know.
Yeah, so that's my way out. Now, Declan, Skin Spotlight, how's that going?
Surprisingly well.
Like
what's your
already.
plan? I like how we're
channels, dude.
I like how we're now debating how to escape League.
Oh man, I'm like tripling down on it all.
Yeah, making another League channel.
Literally, the only thing I don't really cover is Valorant. But the problem with Valorant is it's just they do patches same day as new PvE patches, so I can't cover it.
And it's
Otherwise, I probably would have.
It's usually one gun skin, and that's kind of it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if you look at like Valorant's skin spotlights, essentially, like they're not that crazy popular. There's some outliers where they are really boomed, but it's for the most part, it's just
Valorant has a 3D model viewer inside the game, so.
Well, it's not even that. It's like the new Doodle guns, for example. It's basically a black outline of champions from League, or you can get them from agents from Valorant. And when you get a kill, they get colored in. So you can't really, as far as I'm aware, they don't show it in client at all. But they did do like a teaser video on Twitter where they showed it off.
Yeah.
So there are some things where you do need videos, but same time, people just aren't looking at them. And then when you factor in the price of the gun, it then turns into a problem of you would lose more money by buying the skins to show them.
That's very true, actually.
But saying that, there is now the Valorant creator server, or the PBE, but it's NA only.
Of course.
And then the creator server is invite only, and it's just a mess. Like, it's not that simple to. I did express interest back when Valorant was beta. And I essentially just got told, yeah, we can give you a temp account with some like the new skins on, but it will only last like 2-3 days, and you will have to request one every time like a new skin line comes out. And by the time like they would give me access to it, the skins would have been already up for sale for like 4 or 5 days. So it was really awkward.
Well, that's not the most creator friendly case. Yeah.
You know what's not awkward? This transition, because we've been talking about like getting out of League and how League is fucking dying for an hour now.
Appropriate.
Chilling.
I wouldn't say it's dying, but it's like stagnating.
It's stagnating and bleeding interest. I would say, even if it's not bleeding player per se.
Oh yeah, bleeding interest. Yeah.
It is bleeding in interest. But you know what's not bleeding in interest? The fact that Riot fucking made 2 skins based on lore, and they are awesome.
Oh yeah, they are actually.
It's
Freaking
like they
Gangplank.
made Sea Dog. Yasuo,
Gangplank is so good. Okay, Yasuo is kind of like.
Yasuo, I mean, to me, Yasuo is fine because of Tentacle, Ilaoi, Boru, and all that stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
but it's not necessarily
You in
lore-based.
hentai, I swear to God.
bro, no, it's not what you think. I can explain. It's just.
You can explain, huh? Well, I feel like Yasuo is a little bit kind of like, hey, it's fine, but it's not necessarily.
But
a
Gangplank
lore
is a
skin.
straight up 11 out of 10, especially with the new changes they did on PB.
Oh yeah, Gangplank is that's straight up the model from the game, and I love that.
And
Yeah,
also
he came from left field.
also by a total coincidence, both of those got buffed recently. So.
Saying that,
And
Hecarim
GP
got nerfed, and then
GP
Arcane and Hecarim came out.
GP is probably gonna be like top pick on MSI again because they buffed him significantly and MSI is
If
coming.
they use
and
that
GP
skin,
was always
oh wait, no, they cannot.
yeah, but
It's not
he's
that.
gonna be buffed for MSI, right? So I think.
I don't know if
Wasn't
they're
it
gonna
lo-
play on current patch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he should be buffed for MSI, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And
So he's
His
gonna see
skin
play
might be
and play is gonna
playable.
skin, yeah. No, it's not even that he's gonna be playable. It's just gonna be that if he's popular there, people are gonna pick him up, and they're like, oh,
Yeah, that's the
there's new
point,
skin.
you know. And
Yeah.
Gangplank is always popular at any major event. They always make him. So Yasuo is a bit more tricky because it's not a very great champion for
It's a weeb.
competitive, but
But Yone
So-
was with him, right? I think Yone was also buffed. And it
yeah,
was-
Yone goes.
Yeah, quite a bit of
Yone-
drama.
We're more likely gonna see Yone, I think.
Yeah,
'cause
I
Yone
remember.
is just-
I remember Yasuo and Yone buff was quite a drama.
Yeah.
Else than that, Champion Roadmap. That was released
oh boy.
not too long
It was-
ago.
Yeah.
it was fine. Like I made a video on it, and those videos usually like blow up. This
I
time
made a
it was,
video on it as
This
well.
time I was like, it was okay. So I guess people
Because
are like,
everything got
excited.
leaked 5 times. I mean,
Yeah.
500 times before already. So
The new there's the goopy guy. I wonder what the heck that is. The in Bilgewater, the one who leaves behind the glowing goo.
Yeah, the colorful.
Yeah,
person.
colorful stranger who lives above the bar and leaves behind the glowing goo.
Yeah, and
I
in,
could not make this up.
in the season start as well, there was the hands, like the swirling
I
hands.
wonder
And
if that's the same thing.
He specifically said whip,
And
so
watch
I
me,
assume those
Nene.
hands. It's like a hand water whip, something weird.
Oh my god, there's gonna be so many Rule 34 art of goop everywhere.
I don't
It's
know.
yeah, it's
Looks interesting.
yeah. Oh, and
Yeah.
also a Riot on Twitter said iridescent water, so it's more water than goop, I
Iridescent
guess.
what?
But they said, but
Water.
water.
water, it's water.
Bro, you're not even a proper Brit. What the fuck?
But but they said that they are from a land of 1,000 colors.
Please don't
That's
be
Ionian,
Ionian. I'm
isn't it?
tired of Ionian champions.
No, I don't think
Ionian.
that's it. It has to be, but I hope not, because Kamavor is technically colorful too. It
Nah.
can be Diego land.
Nah.
Can be.
I
It can
don't
be,
know,
not
but like I
impossible.
feel like a quarter of the roster in League is actually just from Ionia Island.
Yeah. The strange thing is, they said that they came to Runeterra from across the sea. However,
Yeah, Ionia.
Yeah.
Runeterra is the planet.
No,
No,
wait,
no. Runeterra is the entire planet. So if they came from across the sea, is it like a space thing?
Spacey, maybe spacey.
From
Yeah,
a
is it
land.
like-
Wait, yeah,
is
it came.
No,
Is it an alien?
Runeterra
no,
from
stop
a
it.
land across the sea.
Obviously, the universe team didn't get talked to before this got published.
That's what I believe, but some people pointed out like, maybe it's an alien.
No, because they got a human form. Otherwise, the
I mean,
owner was it
Soraya,
Oyster Bill?
still Soraka. Soraka is a freaking celestial thing, and look at her.
It's a unicorn.
Yeah, but like Oyster Bill would probably be like, "Oh yeah, it was a strange creature."
fucking
That's what
drunk.
that's what I believe in too. That's what I believe in too.
Was it Oyster Bill?
Yeah, no, it's
Well,
Oyster Bill who runs the
Yeah.
Oyster Bill's Oyster Shack. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a tongue twister for me. I'm not gonna say it anymore.
Yeah,
But
so
yeah,
that's a
there's
cool
also
teaser.
but there's also the new sub-region, the little region in Chirima.
Yeah.
It's got the new, but like it says like, oh, that's a colorful region, and I'm like, doesn't that mean the new champion should be from there? Because it's possible, because Ishtal is technically from across the sea, from Bilgewater.
I don't know if it's a hint at Pride.
Oh.
Maybe they're both finally first openly.
That's actually interesting. I didn't think about that.
I don't know, like.
I mean,
Yeah,
no, but like
I noticed they used colorful twice as well. I thought that was a bit weird. They decided to go
but
down
in the new region, I don't know necessarily if is it like Aztec kind of like theme. I don't know where I would categorize it. I just love that all those people have like the giant blades on their hips, and I love those. I love the design of those guys. Like, you know, they have
Well,
like
that's probably
it's like Mexican, right? Because they have like the ponchos and stuff.
Well, that's the thing, that this champion is probably gonna have a giant weapon, like, because all, like you said, all of them essentially have them. So
yeah, they have
it's
the
definitely
blades. I love those.
Yeah,
I love those.
yeah. So this guy's gonna have a
giant blade.
Is it a guy?
I don't know if it's a. I don't know if they said the gender.
No, yeah, they didn't.
But yeah, they all have the giant blades. So heck yeah. And I like the design. We don't have a poncho guy, I think, in League. There's no like Mexican styled, like, you know. The original Jin was like he had the poncho, you know, the sniper robot.
Yeah.
Which became a skin. But yeah, so there's gonna be a unique design at least.
I'm also super glad that in the champion roadmap, they also mentioned the fact that they are quote-unquote close to done with Udyr's rework.
The base one, at least. Yeah, they are now
about time.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know when they started working on it, but I feel like it was pretty fucking slow.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. You know how I said like that, like, oh, everything is slowing down. Riot has to be working on something. So they are slowing down champion production and VGUs too. They are gonna release less champions, and there's gonna be less reworks. Riot has to be working on something.
Are they really slowing them down?
Yes. I think it's gonna be only 4 champions this year, same as last year. And they said that because last year there was only 4 champions, but we also got 3 or 4 reworks. I think it was 3. It was Mundo and 2 more. I don't remember. But and now they are like, there's gonna be Udyr and Skarner, and that's it. So, and you know, and Udyr has been in the works since last year. So this year it's gonna be only Skarner. So they have to be working on something. There is no way.
They are doing some like smaller rework, but from a gameplay side with like Olaf, for example, you know. So,
yeah, like, you know, Aurelian.
Yeah, Aurelian.
But Olaf is having the problems. So I feel like even with Udyr, they could go like Olaf way, and maybe not with Udyr. He has probably too many issues, but.
Yeah.
But this year we already had 2 champions, and last year we had 4, as you said.
But Renata was supposed to release last year. That was delayed.
And so was Zeri.
And so was Zeri. Oh yeah, and Zeri and so technically.
Yeah, they were meant to release during Arcane.
Oh yeah. So
they were made, but they were weren't. So you know.
Yeah.
I don't think that I really cannot. I mean, I really wish it was true, deep inside of me, but I really don't think they have something that big of a plan, to be honest. Especially after the Ruination. If straight up after that there is a content drought other than Arcane, because Arcane was super cool, right? But then after that, Renata, Zeri, super cool still, but like less hype generally, and then nothing since then.
What if they did like Arcane game mode? Like, remember the Star Guardian PV mode that was first?
That would have been cool, but it was
to promote Star Guardian. Then we had the Overcharge or whatever it was later called with those project skins. No, I mean
Overcharge was fun.
Yeah, the Overcharge with the this skill
The
line.
3v3 one.
Wait, I don't even
Yeah.
know what. I don't even know.
Project Overcharge, it was 3v3
Oh
on
yeah,
the
project. Yeah,
map.
yeah.
Yeah, it was like in a space. It was pretty cool vibe, you know.
Yeah.
And it was also to promote the skins. I feel like if Riot doesn't want to give us anything for us, they could try to make a game mode that would focus primarily on promoting some other content, even if it's
Yes,
like skin line or something. So
Yep.
if they did like a game mode around Arcane, I think that would be hella cool, you know.
I think it would be hella cool,
You
but I
think the
really
warden-
also think that they shifted tons of resources outside of League of Legends, which is also why we have less.
I mean,
and less people that
they
like
did
listen
it
to
when they
content.
did Valorant, TFT, and all of that already,
But-
you know. And then they just maybe
That's the
further
thing.
copied.
That's the thing, because there are two legendary guys who made pretty much every PvE game mode that League had, and that was Rowan. Rowan is now the head of Riot Forge because he was like, I really like PvE. I'm just gonna make entire new games. So he's not on League anymore. And then there was Mordog, and Mordog is now the head of TFT. So right now on League of Legends, as far as we know, there is not a developer that would heavily be fighting for PvE.
So what we should do is kidnap Mordog and put him back in the
Yes,
League of
yes.
Legends. Because he's probably the single force that's, I mean, the main force that's carrying TFT so hardcore, you know.
Absolutely.
And like himself is bringing so much into that, even with his
yeah.
streams and all of that, and his approach to the game and how he is like.
Yes, his streams are so good.
Everyone can like talk to him and all of that, which is unusual if you compare it to any other Rioter.
Yes,
I mean,
absolutely.
August does streams too, right? But it's like a bit different, I would say.
If I asked him, he would probably go on this podcast. I totally believe he would.
Yeah, but Mordog is the reason that TFT is the way it is. Like,
Oh yeah, absolutely. He totally carried the game. But yeah, but he's the guy who also made Odyssey. You know, he is the guy who made that game mode. So like, he was the big guy for PvE, and he's not there anymore. Damn it.
yeah.
Yeah, that's why I think like a lot of also like writers that we knew are shifting to R&D stuff.
Yeah.
And I really feel like it's
they're
part
new-
of the thing that makes it
what-
so like League has less and less stuff to do now.
Yeah. What is R&D though? I keep seeing it. I don't know what it stands
Research.
for.
If it's
and
an unannounced
development.
project, they can't tell you what.
Oh, so that's R&D.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if it's
No,
an
but, like-
unannounced project, then
But what
So,
does it
and not
stand
just
for,
that.
the letters?
research and development.
Oh. All right.
Yeah. So and basically, like Draggles has moved from Wild Rift to R&D.
Oh, yeah,
and
I've seen
so
that, I've seen
has. Yeah, the person, right,
There was
Juno.
one female. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
She worked on events for Wild Rift, and now she's moved to R&D project,
Yeah.
and they're separate R&D projects. So
Ooh.
yeah, so that's interesting. Like
That's
if they went and worked on something like Project F, they should be allowed to say that they've moved on to Project F.
So there are two new things that
So,
they might be trying.
Yeah, I feel like they're unannounced projects. So
And that's the thing. I think that's
That's
why we're
interesting.
not gonna get anything substantial, League related anyway, because they're shifting a lot of resources outside of League of Legends. They still need to like have the money so they can outsource, for example, skins, because skins can be made by any other companies, just like 3D
That
models.
is true.
But in terms of like game modes and stuff like that, I think we are gonna get shafted like super hard. Like I really doubt they would develop anything substantial.
Yeah, as you said, if those people that knew how it works, you know, and
Yeah.
understood the engine and all of that,
Like they all left already.
yeah, they are doing different stuff, then who's gonna do that, right? So,
But I feel like I feel like they have the potential because like
yeah, the potential is to
Potential-
release
because
500
TFT
new skins and
Yeah.
because TFT was like a game mode, right? And TFT was a game mode, and then it was like, oh my god, this is big. Let's just make it a game. I
and
feel
then
like
they made a
need to
mobile
do-
version.
I feel like they need to do that kind of experiment, just something wild, and just like throw shit at a wall and
Yes,
see
but
what
for
sticks.
that, you have to have people who know how the game engine works.
And you can't
Yeah,
convince the right
damn
people
it.
to take the risk. That's also a
it.
huge
Yeah,
problem.
No,
that's
you
why.
can, because now they have
It's-
the now
No.
they have the extra payout if they I forgot the words.
Like
They
with
had it-
TFT, you could prove that Auto Chess was popular and it was worth exploring.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
Where
but
with like a
freaking
random idea.
Vampire Survivors.
No.
Take that, turn it into League.
Wow.
You know. But
Oh,
if
well,
there's a
you
survivor,
automatically cast your spells around you at minions as they're
Yes.
slowly
yes,
closing on you.
you only right click with Jinx and Jinx attacks automatically. How about
then
that?
you have to make it multiplayer because otherwise, like, there is no incentive.
Sure, why
to play
not?
it.
Absolutely,
but, like,
why
that's
not?
the thing,
you
and
know?
you have to prove that multiplayer Vampire Survivor has to work, and they can make tons of money. Because in the end, it's all
And
about
that's
They
money.
not fit.
can.
And it's
It
got to
is-
fit in the League of Legends environment.
Why not? Odyssey, it doesn't. It has to fit into a skin line. Come on.
Like, that is the
That's
thing.
least
No,
of the problems.
no, you got to profit on it somehow. So you got to have
Skins?
you got to let people be able to pick any champion, any skin.
Sure.
So you can't shove it into a skin.
What if because you can give them like random traits like 80% cooldown reduction or like 90% lifesteal. You know, you can do crazy buffs that work on every champion. Or like
But it
use
has to work on
use honest
multiplayer.
crab to fight for you. You know.
Has to
You can
work
do
on
that.
multiplayer. That's the hardest part, and it has to work. It has to make money.
Wow, but you have it's like a league, but you apply earth buffs. It also works. Come
I
on,
don't
they
know.
can. I trust them. They can do this.
I mean, yeah, of course, but like, I don't
Ultimate spellbook, you know.
think they can convince the higher ups to actually do that, and that's the hardest
Yeah,
part of it.
that's usually the problem.
They have to.
That's usually
Yeah,
the
they
problem
have to,
that
but
with
like, it's the
Riot, that-
hardest part. Why would they take any risk? They're already making
Yes.
bank with that. They
I don't know,
care.
but nah, I don't think that's the case because even
They
Mordog
haven't
was like,
developed any
one
game modes in forever except Spellbook.
Mordog once on stream said like that he could make a PvE TFT game mode. He could. He just doesn't know if he would have the time for it, which makes me feel like I don't think the issue is like higher ups. I think the issue is like people just don't want to
I
dedicate
mean,
their time.
based on my experience with Riot, it's usually people at the bottom have the ideas and want to do things, and the higher you go, the like
The more
starts to
problems
die,
come in.
kind of, you
Yeah.
know.
I mean, but yeah, Mordog is pretty high up there, so maybe that's why he's like, we can totally make it. It's just like he doesn't have the time.
Maybe as we were saying, if League was on a modern engine that was like easy to do,
Definitely.
Yeah.
then they
It
would
would
do
have
that.
made
but
so much more shit if it was on a regular ass engine that everybody knows and
also
doesn't have to learn.
It's also true that Mordog does know how the engine works, so it's easier for him.
I definitely would love a TFT bot mode.
What?
Like go against
Yeah.
bots in TFT.
Oh yeah, definitely. I would actually play the shit out of TFT
Like
with that.
like random preset armies against you.
And imagine
Yeah.
also if you could like speed it up. So for example, you don't want to do anything in the round and you skip instantly.
Oh yeah, the
Well,
skip button.
Because that would like
Oh.
the only problem with TFT you could have, especially if that was single player.
Someone steals
there,
your
there was
fucking
this mode
units.
on PBE 1v1 where you would play against. I mean, it was called 2v0, but basically you were playing 1v1. I did some stuff there, and the wait times between rounds, you know, oh my god, to just play against each other. That was the worst. So
Yeah.
if they did something like kind of like single player-ish, then
Yeah.
I think the skip button could save like half
And,
the time really.
The issue that I had with the 2v0 was that you had to be sort of like AFK and sell every single unit you got in carousel, and then at the last second, technically super late into the game, you have to like level up straight up to like a level 8 or level 9.
Yeah.
And then finally you buy your comp that you want to try, but like you literally wasted 30 minutes of waiting.
Yeah,
room.
I did that for a Zeri video where I did it for fun,
It's
like,
like, oh,
League
shit.
Zeri versus TFT Zeri. And trust me, despite just needing to like hit Zeri free, I mean it's technically not that easy. We still had to like few games, you know, figure out what's the
Yeah.
most efficient way not to kill each other, you know. And yeah, that was quite a battle. But it was only on PBE, I think.
Yeah, it is. Like they accidentally added that queue, and then they just decided never to remove it because I think people on the PB were being. People on the PB just went, "Hey, this is a really easy way for me to get 3k RP. Can you just leave it up?"
That's how it usually is with Riot, that they leave things accidentally, like I don't know, like multiplayer practice tool, kind of, right?
I miss it. Don't.
Yeah, don't tell me, because that was we are probably the people that would need it the most, but
Yeah, can have
Yeah,
nice
I
things.
recorded final skins today, and it would have been a lot easier if I could disable minions and have zero
all
cooldowns.
tasks that I used to take like 40 minutes in League, I was doing in 1 minute in multiplayer practice tool. So imagine the amount of time you save. Instead of spending 10 hours, you spend 20 minutes, for example. It's just
Yeah.
insane time saving, and it also benefited Riot because you could test things easily. People would test them, and yeah, I could report back. And
Yeah, and not a crazy ton of people are doing it as far as I'm aware.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it wasn't causing server issues.
yeah,
I'm sorry, can I
Because that's
interrupt?
the main problem with it.
Can I interrupt like real quick for like 5 seconds?
Yes.
I just wanna like officially flex for like once a year that
It's been 5 seconds.
Jason Spicek, the voice actor for Silco, actually retweeted my Silco dance video.
Hell yeah!
nice.
Because I just like opened Twitter and I saw like a tons of
That guy loves anything that's happening around Silco, and he knows about the dirty stuff too. And he was like, and he just made a video on Twitter, and he was like, "I know what you're doing, people. I know."
But yeah, that was my yearly flex of anything.
Very nice.
Yeah. Okay. Now
Okay,
you
now
can
back into
complain
the-
about not
Well, yeah,
having-
no,
Back into the
actually,
cupboard.
that has nice views on your vid has nice views on Twitter. Just monetize Twitter somehow, you know.
I
What
wish I
should you
was.
do?
Step
What do you
one,
think-
become
I think you
verified.
can. I think you can. I cannot because I'm from Poland. Poland doesn't allow any
I
monetization
cannot because
from.
I'm not
What
verified.
Chibiin
Twitter.
needs to do is stop using copyrighted music. You're risking
Wow,
your
no
podcast
shit.
channel.
Maybe, you know, if I had money to like pay Jason to like actually sing instead of using the song, maybe I could actually not use
Nah, but you
copyrighted
can do,
material.
yeah, you can use like a cover, you know, of the song to like, you know, trick the IP.
Nah,
Or
would have
ID.
been better if I could hear him.
I don't think it's that easy.
Nah, it depends. If you use like an 8-bit cover.
It's like even that, it's like a cartoon. It is literally copyrighted by Warner Brothers. So I'm like, okay, sure. And I actually didn't think it would be copyrighted, like for real. I just learned about it literally the moment I uploaded
Mistake number one.
Yes.
True. But yeah, it's kind of sad to like not have anything monetized.
You're risking your podcast channel.
What do you mean I'm risking my podcast channel?
I don't know. Isn't there like a risk if you have too many copyrights? Probably not. I don't know.
No, the thing is,
no.
It's
you
not
will-
copyrighted.
It's not,
I mean,
it's not claimed, right?
It's
It's-
content.
yeah.
It's content ID.
Yeah,
Content
it's
ID.
it's
just-
just a claim, so the money goes to them instead of you, and that's
Yeah.
pretty much it.
yeah.
Yeah,
I can
content
tell you a
ID is
very,
carefully
I can
safe.
tell you a very funny story from my second channel that's like demonetized at the moment for like I don't know, reused content or whatever. But anyway, that it's demonetized, and because of someone claiming my video, I get like a small part of it despite my channel not being monetized.
Oh.
So I get money thanks to the fact
No.
that someone claimed my video, and it's claimed, and I somehow get a cut of it. I don't know even how.
Amazing.
It's only on one
Oh.
video, but yeah. So
So, right, yeah, like they only do like because only part of it's yeah.
but they usually get 100%, so I was like, why am I getting like anything? And I was like, okay.
No, yeah, that was a thing YouTube did a while ago where I think some music companies can set up where it will claim the music, but it will only claim like X% instead.
I guess that what had to happen, but the question is, how am I being able to get a cut from it when my channel is not allowed for, you know, doesn't allow monetization? That's pretty
Yeah,
funny.
it's because they have to enable the ads on the video.
Yeah, I know, but
Yes,
it's,
you're
it's
making,
still
yeah.
funny, right?
I-
That's because
I
someone
had-
claimed it. I actually got something, you know, not much.
Yeah,
but,
no,
you
I-
know.
I think that happened with League Voices because League Voices was monetized and then got demonetized for reusing content. And when it got demonetized, it was actually still making money, but only from YouTube Red views.
Okay, I don't think
Wow.
it was red for
It
my
was
case.
so weird.
YouTube is another fun topic. I don't think we would have time
Especially-
for that.
especially the last 2 months.
Oh,
So much
Yeah.
content for us.
So much content, and then YouTube's algorithm has gone out of whack.
algorithm being so weird. It's like, oh, we're not gonna send your video to your subscribers. Fuck you. I'm like, wait, what? What did I do?
The
Like,
problem
oh,
is
now-
once you fall really deep, there's basically it's better to just make another channel, honestly.
Yeah, I was really tempted for quite a while to like just delete the one that I have, like legit straight up hit the delete button. Because for 6 years now, I didn't gain any subscribers. It was stagnant, and YouTube literally destroyed the channel in terms of like views and all that stuff. So I'm like, kind of
Now you cannot do it because you have podcasts.
Yeah, true. I mean, I can still delete, switch the podcast to like a new channel and be done. Like,
But
have
you can
2 new
see,
channels.
but you can see that you can still elevate it even from nothing, because that's essentially where the podcast came from. And you can see that, like, even if your channel is dead, you can always revive it.
I mean, it's still dead because the podcast is doing worse and worse every single episode. But that's another
That's
story.
because of League, though. That's not because of that.
What?
Well, like,
Start
that's-
uploading it to Skin Spotlight Shorts instead.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Is
Gonna
Shorts
make
actually
sure.
still growing?
So maybe I should do Shorts channel to and just reuse my content. But
Yeah.
would it be reused content? And I don't know.
But you get like $3.
Well,
per million views.
the dumb thing is, what is it? You can still get the Shorts bonus even if your channel's not monetized.
Oh wow.
I wonder
Okay,
how much.
okay, I'm going full Shorts. Thank you.
Holy shit.
I mean, this is one way. I feel like if you want to grow a channel from scratch, and the easiest
That's a
way
good
I feel
way.
like is Shorts. It's
Shorts have fallen off quite a bit, but
they
like
did,
also
but still, if you consider doing a regular video or Shorts eventually they will get randomly picked up, this or that,
yeah.
And with your normal videos, if you have no following, it will stay at 0 views potentially,
Yeah.
unless you get some boost. So
It's like my problem with Shorts is the Shorts bonus, because I still have not qualified for that. Like, not once. I hate the fact that they reset the views every month. And the fact is, you need like at least, I think, 5 million short views to even start qualifying for the bonus.
really,
Well, I had
I-
1.2 million short views, I think,
okay,
in a singular month, and I did not qualify for the bonus.
damn, that's tough. And it's also how random. I did one short video on my main channel, and it had like 270k views for 4 months, and it wasn't picked up by Shorts at all. And then suddenly, after 4 months, ever since that time, it got over 300,000. And
Yeah.
and
I got
before it
that
had
thing.
0% from Shorts, and currently, last 48 hours, it has 38% Shorts feed.
Yeah, I got the absolute same thing. On the same channel.
It's just. So I feel like doing Shorts on a new channel is just to get any following, and then just do whatever else. I'm gonna try this myself and see how it goes. But
Your content would fit that, though. You can always show like a bug or two.
I don't. The problem with League, I feel like I don't think League works well with 916 format,
Yeah.
That's true.
and like.
I mean,
It's
you
tough
can
to
go
get
with
your
1-to-1.
Yeah, you can go square.
Yeah, you could go square technically, but I mean, I wouldn't do it on main channel, and I don't want to do League content on any other channel. So,
Yeah.
unless what I've seen what people were requesting from YouTube is to do a separate tab on your YouTube channel for Shorts.
That would be
Yes.
perfect. Yeah.
So
They're working on that, if I remember correctly.
if they are, then that would be cool. I feel like
That would be perfect.
because
But
then
I
maybe
still
you
think
could.
there's the problem of it going out to your subscribers when you upload it.
Yeah. I don't want to do Shorts when I have
They
no
would need
Shorts
to have.
channel.
They would need to have like a separate Shorts tab on like
Yeah.
on your YouTube. When you're
Yeah.
watching stuff.
Yeah.
Well. Chibiin, do you have anything else?
EGG skins that were revealed yesterday. I mean,
That's
technically
Yumi.
today.
Yumi, and it's
yesterday.
based on the actual cat.
Oh, is it? I don't know
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
Yep.
And Yumi's
That's
the
pretty-
best.
That's pretty
Yumi's
cool.
best decision. Or was it
Wait,
me?
but
And everyone's upset that Graves and Aphelios aren't topless.
That's
by the way-
dumb.
by the way,
That is
I
so
know.
dumb.
What cat though? They have a cat.
Yeah, it's the player. I don't remember the tweet. but,
Maiko?
yeah.
Mike.
But who has a cat? What
The
cat?
support player has a cat, and
Oh,
it is based on his cat.
Yeah.
That's good. That's cool. That's cool. I'll
Yeah,
give it.
the
that.
only thing that sort of frustrates me in that thing is the Viego being shirtless. Not that I like.
No, it's pretty cool because he has like a pretty covering.
It's cool,
jacket.
but I feel like it's unnecessary because
I
kind of. It's like, are all of his skins gonna be like him being shirtless? If it's the case,
Yeah, I
then
feel.
yeah, okay,
I feel
sure.
like they have to do that. I feel like they have to do that
But like,
now.
if it's gonna be like that, then okay, sure. Just writing on a paper and like, okay, every single skin from Viego is gonna be shirtless. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, sure, why not?
Yeah.
But
I
to
think it's
me,
like Yone.
I don't remember him being like completely shirtless for like his 2 previous skins.
I just realized Yone actually the school skin. He has a jacket anyway. Man,
That's the thing, like, because I saw a concept with like Viego having an armor plate for the torso, and I loved that.
The original,
way much.
the original concept, freaking a giant knight wearing a
Yes.
his wife on his blade. You know,
Oh yeah,
the original
the
concept
Stark
is cool.
figures.
It's pretty ironic that out of all people, you are the one against the nudity.
Well,
Wait,
the thing is,
me?
when he goes into his mist, he
Wait.
does get
What do
armor.
you mean by that? Wait,
Well,
we don't.
I've seen
talk
some of your
about-
animations, okay?
Yeah,
We
you
don't
haven't
talk
seen
about
Buff
it.
Katarina. None of you've seen Buff Katarina.
Was it Kaisa? I don't
Oh.
remember. What was it?
No,
Or
it
Evelyn?
was-
I don't know. What was it?
I mean, there was one with the ribbon. There was another one with Widowmaker.
Oh, yeah,
and
Widowmaker.
There was Buff Carina and
Oh,
others, but like
I've seen Wither Waker, yeah.
Okay, moving on. So bugs, bugs in League of Legends.
Well, that's a very big topic. I just checked recently. I have almost 600 videos about bugs. Actually,
Wait,
not
what
that
the
much.
fuck?
If you think I have 2,000 videos and only 600 about bugs, because I
Yeah,
didn't do too much of them, but like it just became more of a bug channel because I
What
guess
did you
people
do
liked
before?
it.
I don't remember.
I liked doing like featured game mode stuff, you know, with
Oh.
Earth, One for All, and all of that.
Also
some
news.
So some like montages, you know, back in the day. So higher effort content, let's say.
Hmm.
But I would also do a lot of like recurs. Like first videos that popped off were like longest Vi ult and then the Draven throwing like 3 ults at the same
Oh.
time with like
Ah,
recalls
yeah.
and teleports. That was like the first video that like popped off on Reddit. With like good sync, you could do 3 Draven ults. Well, I don't know if it was Earth. I think it was Earth, but you could have 3 up at a certain time if you did like a proper sequence of like record, teleport, recall, and yeah.
Yeah, I
So
remember those.
that was the first video that got 100k, and the first video that got like 10k was I think 5v5 Malphite and ARAM. That was when that was the unofficial one for all, you know, the exploited one that we mentioned earlier. So that's how it
The
started.
good
I did
days.
those things.
Good old days. How do you feel about the fact that nowadays, in terms of bugs, we literally have the simplest bug on paper, and it literally crashed the game and destroys everything?
I mean, it keeps happening
the
every
Bard
now and
bug
then, right?
recently. For those who
Bard's
don't
It's
know.
happening every
disabled
now
right
and
now.
then. Before we had another one with Anivia and Viego, I think. We had another one with Kartus and Talia, I think, that crashed in LCK a long time ago. So it just keeps happening. I feel like maybe what we mentioned is the old engine. I don't know if that contributes somehow, but like I assume it makes things harder, you know?
It's just
Because
crazy
if you
to
look
me.
at some of the bugs, like for example, being launched in the space, with like Lee Sin flying in the space, that has been in the game for like 12 years, you know.
Yeah.
So it's
Oh,
a it's
yeah.
a
Yeah, I'm
fundamental issue. It's not an issue with a champion, because Jax can also do it if he's like caught while jumping. So it seems like it's not really a champion issue, but it's like a deeper issue, you know.
Yeah.
Because we had it over the years, and we still have it mostly with Lee Sin killing the dragon, but it's just, it keeps happening, right? And those things keep happening. Those bugs usually have like similar tendencies to each other, even the ones that are new, you know. The rules are usually somewhat similar.
I
would say, right?
remember seeing like a video of an Ezreal ulting a Zed. It was on the left side of the map, so like a tiny bit below blue buff technically. I think someone attacked the blast cone.
Oh
for,
yeah,
like,
he was
explosion stuff.
thrown into the air.
Yeah, I sent the
Yeah,
clip.
and the
Andrew.
thing with the map elevation and stuff, it literally went like super hard above him, like super. Like,
Yeah,
it's just crazy.
that's actually an Ezreal interaction, you know. And the blast cone thing, yeah, actually, as you said, you know, you could alternate it, but if you could like pull off the flash in Ezreal R, you would have like you alternate the hitbox versus the visual, you know. So it doesn't add up, and it keeps happening. I recently saw a clip from Aram where Draven ulted like closer to the left side of the lane, and people that were hugging the right wall got hit by it, you know, despite the fact that they never should.
What?
So. Yeah, it was pretty surprising to me, but I don't know if that was just from his POV or from replay. So that's also another issue, that what you see in game is
Yeah.
not necessarily what it actually is. Minion block is a very good example where you see like, have you ever been hooked, for example, by Blitzcrank despite like minion being near you? It's because
yeah.
like your minion is actually not in the place you see it, because it actually is in a different place according to the game, but you see it differently. You know, that's the problem. You know, so you think the minion is covering you, but because of this thing is actually, you actually get hooked.
Yeah, that has always been happening because of the fog of war, weird interaction. Like if a minion comes out of the fog, it has like a tendency to like teleport around for a while before it realizes what it actually is.
Yeah, there are plenty of things like that keep happening. Recently we had another like audio issues, for example, that Master EQ was heard everywhere on the map, you know, despite him queuing in fog. You know, you keep hearing abilities from, you see, I mean, you are around Baron and you keep hearing abilities, you know, from time to time being there, you know, or attacks that you shouldn't hear because they are in fog. So those things keep happening over the years, you know, and I don't think they can be fully fixed, you know. So whenever they can be maybe somewhat fixed, but then there's new champion, new interaction with another champion, you know, and suddenly it's like revealed how many issues there are. That's why we had so many issues with Sylas, with Viego that keeps stealing, you know, the other abilities, and you suddenly have hundreds of bugs, you know, because you interact with, I don't know, 150 champions, right? So
It's just crazy. I mean, I understand that every single game is bound to have bugs. We've seen that, for example, in like super recently in Elden Ring, where you can finish the game in 7 minutes and even less.
No,
depending on your
it's a
engine.
minute 30, I believe now.
No.
Oh, bloody hell.
No.
Have you not seen the minute 30 one?
Nope, because that's actually a fake.
Oh, is it? Oh,
If
damn
it's
it.
not from distortion, if it was a VTuber being an orange sort of thing that just opens the door at the beginning of the game, it is an actual fake. And a lot of people got mad because they got baited into that. And the world record holder is actually French. Get fucked.
Alright, but 7 minutes.
I mean,
is
just
amazing.
wanting to run away faster, you know. So.
Yeah, but like for real, it is
God.
bound to have bugs like every game. We've seen that with also Cyberpunk and all that stuff. I feel like League, for us being like League players, it's like it happens more often and like weird like bugs because we play the game and we are aware of them. But I really feel like League is super bugged overall. Like League is legit spaghetti.
It's the engine.
Yeah, I think so too. And especially if you know the roots of the engine, then you know why it's so broken. But and I may make a video about that if I hit 1 million subs. It's gonna be fun. But
Oh boy.
that can take a while, but that would be fun. So, but yeah, I feel like the issues that we have in League, sure we have new bugs, but overall a lot of the bugs that keep appearing, you know, they are similar in a way. You know, you see a different champion, but you see this bug and you instantly think, oh, about that other bug that like works the same. Like I don't know any of like coding anything of this sort, but when I see a bug and then another interaction, I can probably be like, oh, it's this or that just by the, you know, the way League works, right?
Yeah.
The bugs often seem different, but they can be similar. So, and as we mentioned, some bugs keep like resurfacing all the time, you know, like crashing the games randomly, which is probably very problematic, you know. I cannot imagine a worse one, right?
Yeah.
But you have those ones that will keep happening, being launched in the space. They still cannot. I mean, maybe they fixed it the last patch, but the Black Frost Anivia, that if Anivia goes into egg, sometimes the egg won't die and you can target it and it blocks all the minions. And it's literally only for Black Frost Anivia. I think once in the past they fixed it, but somehow it came back. And they couldn't fix it for like a year or two, and it just keeps happening and happening. It's kind of random, but then you ask yourself, how is it possible that no other Anivia skins ever have this issue, but you have this one particular skin and only that skin can do it, you know? And I made one video about this bug, then I made another like 2 years later, and I think I made even a third one on the same topic, and it's still not fixed. I mean, I have no idea. I didn't get a replay for the past 2 or 3 weeks, so maybe it got fixed, but you get the idea, you know. It's just a lot of the bugs that got fixed come back, and Rioters don't even know why, right?
Yeah.
It's a feature.
Yeah, it's a feature. Yeah.
But like, is it also because, so like, let's jump back quickly on the, oh yeah, the engine is like new, sort of, like not something that is well known, so probably super weird to work around and all that stuff. Wouldn't it be also like a reason why it is so hard to like fix some of those bugs, because some of that code was written like 12 years ago?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think what we even heard from Rioters within this community is that it's just a struggle, because they fix one thing and they literally break few others because of how it's all like put together, you know?
Yeah.
That's why if the bug isn't meaningful, they don't touch it. And even if it is meaningful, they often don't touch it either. So I don't know if you. I realized it so many times that there was a bug that existed in a game for a long time, and then I made a video and it got fixed within a day. So if it suddenly got some popularity, Riot felt like, you know, oh, 500,000 people saw it, and you are surprised because a bug that was years old suddenly gets fixed within a day. Then it's not a coincidence, and it happened actually a lot of times, you know.
I mean, with the bug with going to space, for example, it absolutely makes sense why they don't want to touch it. It's because it seems like the height of a champion is based on their velocity, and that's because when Blitzcrank grabs someone who's close, they like barely leave the ground. But if he grabs someone who's further away, they fly like higher up to like compensate for the distance. So it seems like there is a bug where if somehow for a split of a second you set someone's velocity to a really high number, it will launch them into space, and then they have to gradually fall down. And like,
yeah, it could make a sense this way, right?
Which means that you would need to fundamentally change how velocity in the game works. But then, for example, Rengar depends on it, because if Rengar jumps at you from further away, his velocity has to be higher, so he jumps higher in the air. So he, you know, that's so that if he jumps on you when you are 2 feet away, so that he doesn't like, you know, jump high up, because that would look weird. So if you change the way the velocity works, suddenly Rengar is broken. So I kind of understand why they are trying to avoid it.
Yeah, but the solution is like you just set a max height, so you make it so they can't go too higher.
Yeah, you clamp the values.
But
Yeah,
then,
yeah, exactly.
But then that would also depend on if you have a chunky champion, like Cho'Gath. If chunky champion hits blowing flower thingy, he's gonna go up.
Yeah, but
he's
we're
gonna
not.
be
But we're
higher
not
than
talking
that.
like we're not talking like just above, a little bit above Summoner's Rift, but like a decent height, but not a space, you know.
Yeah, you're right.
Because side
Yeah.
champions can literally. I've had it in some of my videos that I had to zoom that you could barely see like Summoner's Rift, you know, from sky, and to find even the champion, you know, because they flew so high up, you know.
And
Yeah,
even
because
that-
it's the time it takes to go up and then
Yeah.
come back down.
It's
you
not
can,
a.
you can
Yeah.
emulate it in replays, because in replays with the replay API enabled, you can actually change the nav grid height, like the height above the ground the champions are. And when you set it, it increases the height of the champions like from the ground, but they will stay there as long as you're paused. And when you play it, the gravity simulation kicks in, and they'll fall. It's so dumb.
That's because see, that happens because the gravity simulation works for knockups. So that's been in the game since Cho'Gath, because Cho'Gath Q knocks you up. It sets you a number that kicks you up, and then the gravity simulation gradually brings them down.
Yeah, so if you just cap it so they can only like
Yeah.
go up to a maximum height that is
Yeah.
somewhat reasonable,
Yeah.
it will make the problem will still be there, but it will not be as bad because they won't be going all the way up to space and back. So
Yeah.
And-
there'll be
and-
less time where they're invisible.
Yeah, this is what I feel like nails what Riot is doing with League, that some things are not possible or very difficult to be fixed properly, and they are providing some like band-aid solutions like this one, because it's not a proper
Yeah.
solution, but it's basically like a workaround to improve it, right?
Yeah.
yeah,
There was this bug that with Listen Q, with your point blank monster, for example, you were like going through the entire map from your back, and you were able to be like hooked globally, snared globally, and all of that. It was a big thing. So the way they fixed it with Irelia is they reworked Irelia, because Irelia had the same thing on the Q, and they fixed Irelia by reworking that. But Lee didn't get that treatment, yet. So, so there was some way, I guess, to fix that, at least in the Irelia case, because it was with her Q, right? So I guess there was some way, but it's just probably too difficult and too much effort, So unless something
Remaking
is
the
really
entire script.
yeah, basically, it's impossible right now for Riot to just rewrite League. I mean, they could do League 2, but that would be too much effort. So
Yeah.
they are too deep, right? If Riot did that 10 years ago, maybe, but they are too deep. This engine is a monstrosity by now, being modified for like 13 or 15 years,
but I feel like putting League onto another engine might not be that difficult. I feel like it actually would be decently fast to be like, all right, now we're going to
It's
Unreal.
not fast. Look at Wall Drift. They worked on that for quite a while.
Yeah,
the
but
thing.
Toggle effects aren't that simple.
The
to
problem is
just
if you redo the engine, you have to basically redo everything, because
Yeah.
everything is adapted to that engine, right?
Yeah.
But Wild Rift was kind of developed as if it was a PC port, right?
I don't know about that.
Declan, I think, knows that.
I don't know.
It's
about
made
that.
in Unity, so
Yeah,
they
yeah,
could
that's the thing.
easily
Yeah. So
they
because
do
it's
test it
Unity-
on PC,
Yeah, because it's in
but they
Unity,
do
you
also
have-
test on mobile.
But they have the workflow now. They can theoretically do that for League now.
They would have to make a PC UI and do all the
Yeah, but that's
hotkeys
still
and
least
stuff
of their
like that.
problem.
I
And
know,
also the controls in general work way better on mobile, because on mobile you can actually continuously move and auto attack.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier.
On PC, you have to stop and right click and stuff.
Yeah, I think mobile players would kick PC players' asses. To be
Yeah.
honest, if they could play together. Just because of some things are so much
Yeah,
easier
but
with
still,
mobile
I
controls.
think because you're not developing a game and because you are only theoretically like porting a game over, I think it would be worth the effort, even if it took like, a year. Sure,
It
go
would take
for it.
more than a year to port League of Legends.
Yeah, and imagine the amount of people you would need to dedicate to that.
Like,
You would need to basically stop everything probably and do all of that. I don't think it's doable. I think it's legitimately easier to make League of Legends too.
I don't think so.
It would also need Vanguard, which I really would not want.
The option would have to be get a new team to start working on it. I don't think they can use like the current league team.
I don't think this will ever happen. If anything, we'll get League of Legends too, but we'll never get. Like, I think League will die with this engine. So
Yeah, I feel so as well.
it's too much effort probably. It's just
It also needs to be running on every
way
single
too
PC
deep.
ever.
No, we are way too deep. You know. It's like, I don't know, you have your Minecraft world created and then you want to, to update it to some patches later to enjoy the other things. So basically you would need to scratch it or have the new chunks in the other places, So I don't think that would be doable. If it was so simple as you are suggesting, I don't think Riot would have done it, because they know how much of a hell it is to work with that. Because Rioters have to fix stuff. They go through legit hell, with that. It's a legit domino of problems. You touch one thing and then suddenly it's just horror. You could probably you could have August here to talk about that, and I'm sure he would tell you plenty of things about that, how it's gonna be.
I can't believe though. With that said, I can't believe that they actually pulled off TFT in the engine though.
And not just that, ported it to mobile.
How is that possible?
I know, right?
That sounds insane.
That's the thing, because that is the League of Legends game engine running on mobile.
It is,
like,
yeah.
Technically, they could. I'm still surprised they didn't, but they
Wait,
could.
TFT is on League engine?
Yep.
Yeah, on mobile. Yeah, on mobile. It's.
What was it called? Is it Stellaris or what was it?
The
name of the
League engine. Oh, they use heavily modified Eternity engine.
Okay.
It's on GitHub.
Oh, Eternity, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like the Doom engine, yeah.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah. So they heavily managed to somehow. I don't know how they did it, but eventually, they finally got it working on mobile. I'm not sure if it's just OpenGL on mobile or if they do use Vulkan.
Oh, that's actually a good question. I think they use OpenGL. Because not all mobiles have Vulkan stuff compatibility.
Yeah. Oh, the crazy thing is though, for Apple, they do use Metal.
Oh, they have a different one.
For Apple, you can actually, if you got an M1 Mac and install League of Legends on it, I think you can edit the config file so it actually uses Metal instead of OpenGL, and you get double the FPS.
Huh.
That's pretty interesting.
They've done some cool things, like additions.
What this tells me is that Mordog is a mage.
I don't think he made those changes himself.
No, he probably just designed the game, but
He probably just told other people what they needed to do, and he didn't code himself, because the higher you go, just like Gowen said, higher you go and the less you actually do yourself. So I really doubt that Mordog has done. I mean, he may have done TFT with a bunch of other writers back then, but I don't think he's actively participating in the code nowadays. If it does, super cool, awesome, super good example of actually working on your game. But if he doesn't, I wouldn't be surprised, because he has other things to do, I guess. For example, going back to make game modes for League. That could be cool things to do.
Yes. Do you have anything else on the topics?
No, because Radiant Soul gameplay later this year. Yay, cool.
CGU's new thing.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, there's still wait and see for me for that. I'm excited to.
It's because Aurelian is such a unique case.
Yeah.
Because Aurelian is popular visually.
Yeah.
People hate him gameplay wise. Is there another champion like this in the game?
Skarner.
Ivan.
Now
Ivan.
Skarner is not popular in
Ivan.
any way.
Aurelian is like too weird to play, I would say. This W mechanic, those stars is just.
Yeah.
I have one example that I feel like the champion that it just cannot ever be balanced, and it's Ivern, because Ivern will, because of the way he works in the jungle, he will always be either really strong or useless, because there's no other way to balance him around the game, because it's just so different. And when he was released, I was like, oh my god, there's no way Ivern can be like balanced. So you have to basically keep him underpowered all the time. There are some niche cases for him to play it, but
Like support.
like if you buffed him a tiny bit, like he would just take the world. I don't know. I feel like the way his passive works is just impossible to be balanced. Like we have similar problem with Ryze. Ryze cannot be balanced when he's 40% in solo queue. He will be broken in pro play. Azir had similar issues, you know, and it keeps coming back sometimes. That those champions just have to be they have to be bad, basically. So
You know, old Vladimir was always like that. That's why they like gave him the weird E later on.
yeah, old
Yeah,
Vladimir
I miss
was.
old Vlad.
Yeah, the old Vlad on the release was
I miss
interesting.
the old Poppy with the old.
Yeah, same.
I
Is
do
there
not
a-
miss release LeBlanc.
Oh,
Oh god.
But is there another champion who is popular visually that's just not being played that much? I don't know how you would measure that. Probably like art on DeviantArt. I don't know.
the rule
I mean,
34 art against the
Before recently, I could say like Ari.
Wait, Ari?
Ari
No,
got
I
some.
thought Ari was always popular in unranked
Yeah.
matches though. In normals.
Was it?
I feel like
I mean,
she
that would-
always
that would-
was.
Then we would need to find a champion that's hard to play, probably.
Well,
It's
yeah,
like
and that's Aurelian.
Orianna.
That's why I said like Aurelian is in such a weird spot because he's very unique in this way. So that's why like CGU fits him and it doesn't fit any other champion.
Yeah, because lore-wise, Yorick could have gotten a CGU, but he got a VGU instead. So
Oh,
it's
he
still
needed
good.
a
Yeah, Yorick,
VGU.
yeah.
So, like, if he didn't get his VGU, then yeah, I would say, okay, keep the look of Yorick and do a CGU for him, but like now is in a good spot in my opinion.
Maybe like partially Ornn was almost in there, but then like he picked up again. I don't know how
Yeah.
popular Ornn is now.
don't
He is
know.
always popular because he's
so
always
now-
picked in competitive. So
Yeah, but before
and
he was.
he's the go-to pick, you know,
Because
because
of the
he
passive.
will always scale.
Like the
Yeah.
passive is insane. The ult is good. Like the fact that you have more stats for free
What about
if you just
Bard?
pick Ornn.
What
A
about Bard?
Bard. God, I love Bard. Bard is like my main. So
Yeah, Bard is fun, but Bard was never like mainstream, right?
That was
He's
very-
been given a nice little buff, so his heal is
Yeah.
actually more potent.
I love playing healer Bard in Aram.
What about Nico? I didn't see Nico in like ages.
That's because she took the appearance of another champion.
Yeah.
I didn't see that coming. Well, fair.
It was Seraphine all alone.
Oh no. Just like LeBlanc is actually Jarvan. Oh wait, no, it's Jarvan is actually LeBlanc.
I actually like. I actually scrolled through all the champions, and I really think like.
Same,
just
I'm scrolling all
Aurelian.
the time.
Zyra kind of got. It's always a mini rework. It's not even like a
Yeah.
full-on one.
Yeah,
It's
it's,
like
like what Olaf and Swain got.
Yeah, Tamken.
Zyra had a different passive, right? Where she
Yeah.
revives, be a plant, and then shoot a projectile.
Oh, I
So-
forgot about that.
Yeah,
I
it was
forgot.
amazing. I'm so sad
I
they
still
actually
miss that.
deleted that. Yeah.
I forgot. That was so cool.
That's so fun. So you like you suicide and then you snipe someone and
Yeah,
you can laugh about it.
Rewarded
Oh
ending.
yeah, that one. Yeah.
It was true damage. It was disgusting.
That's so cool. Other than that, we have Skarner Rework, so like they showed a bunch of concept. I'm just super sad because in every single one, every single time it's we're gonna rework the bracket.
I don't mind. Fine.
Do you guys feel like Skarner should be reworked over other champions that we have in game?
Like,
I mean, he was voted for.
I feel like there are definitely other champions that could use their
I
rework.
almost don't want to talk about it because people on Reddit are like, oh my god, he said Tryndamere is fine. What a moron! He said Shyvana doesn't need a rework. Meanwhile, I was like, out of all the champions with Kog'Maw next to them, yeah, I think Shyvana is fine. But all people heard is that Shyvana is fine.
Nocturne could have gotten the VGU and I wouldn't mind.
Yeah,
And fine
and
doesn't
Kog'Maw.
mean like that. Saying fine isn't even that great.
No, but
You
no,
know?
but fine compared to the other ones, on the list. Like
Yeah.
Kog'Maw. Look at Kog'Maw. He has 5 freaking polygons. Same as Cho'Gath.
And Kog'Maw consistently has that bug on his passive that if you use auto attack move and you have W activated, you can get another auto attack.
Oh.
And it's for years, And it keeps
Nice.
happening with other champions too. Like for example, during the GA, if someone stepped on Caitlyn trap, you could with auto attack move, attack with Caitlyn, And those things keep, coming back even if they fix. But Kog'Maw, I think never got fixed. They never fixed that. So there's another bug that if Kog'Maw dies and Kayle ults, there is a way that Kayle ults the Kog'Maw passive because there is like a frame that you use your ult, but it goes on the passive that's already dead basically. So, and this
Wow.
bug, I had a clip. I showed a clip from Dominion from like 2013 or something when I had this happen in my game, so. But yeah, this is a rare case, right? But even though the Kayle got rework in the meantime, that bug still works. So that's quite fascinating. But the Kog'Maw passive is just it keeps happening, and it's pretty common. I'm surprised they cannot fix it. I don't know, because I assume they tried, but
Yeah, if he got a rework, they would just
the
get
amount
rid
of times you saw a champion or auto attack in GA or in some form of resurrection, or especially if you are Kog'Maw in the passive, then I'm sure everyone almost has experienced that. It's just
Yeah. I mean, I still can't believe that Cho'Gath never made it onto the list.
Yeah,
That's because
there was
they
a
were
lot
lucky.
that didn't make it on. There's so much that
Yeah.
they could do.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. Is it because the gameplay for Cho'Gath is
Popularity.
okay?
maybe, to be fair, Cho'Gath got some changes not so long ago. It wasn't that long ago when he got his old change and all of that. I mean, it was a few years ago, but
I mean,
I
the
guess-
same went for Skarner, I guess.
I feel
Yeah.
like Cho'Gath could use a ASU definitely.
Oh yes.
Oh, yes. Absolutely.
His kit
So
is simple
I don't
enough
know
to
if he's just getting
understand.
saved for that.
Maybe
Yeah.
just like Kassadin, alright? Maybe summer events, voidy stuff is gonna be happening.
Nah.
No,
Yeah,
that's your pipe dream.
you cannot touch Kassadin. Too much legacy,
But he already
Having
got-
memories of 100% Kassadin bans, season, I don't know, 2 or 3 or whatever that was, I remember those times.
I remember too, yeah, I remember.
Can't remove his joke about silencing his mother.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Because now it's interrupting.
There are speaking of bugs, there are some champions that just have constant issues, And we have of course Viego, Mordekaiser that are so known. We have Sylas because it interacts with so many. Some Azir bugs. There is still this Azir bug. I assume they didn't fix it. That if Azir dies and at the moment of him dying he casts the ult, it won't do damage and it won't do knockback, and they didn't fix it in
Oh yeah.
years too. His soldiers tend to act weirdly, There's just some champions that are a mess, You have Yorick that will constantly have some weird shenanigans. There's still this bug with Mordekaiser that his Voidling, not Voidling, but you know what I mean, this Mistwalker, how is it called? I don't know, the small thingy. His ghoul gets stuck in the realm and he will target everything, but it cannot be targeted, And it's a game-breaking one. I've showed a clip where it literally won them the game because he was attacking the Nexus and no one could target it because it was in the other world stuck, So
Oh wow.
Yeah, and that was in the game for like years too, and this happened recently as well. So there are just some champions are just, I don't know what they would need to do to have them not be so bad. Just probably rework, you know. There are some rumble bugs that we cannot track, but this there was so much mess with rumble where his hit wasn't like properly generated and was acting completely different than it should. And yeah, it's still a mess on rumble, you know, the way his hit is generated. So and there are some workovers there, and we're still wondering why one side on Nexus Blitz had a few percent higher win rate than the other, despite Nexus Blitz being horizontal map, so it shouldn't impact his ultimate, because it's harder to play on the red side because the interface like interrupts your ult, right? If you are on the blue side, everything is on the top right corner, so you can ult easily, but if you are on the red side, your interface is like making it harder to ult, for example, right? But on Nexus Blitz, map was horizontal, and we're talking to Nightwind, the guy that wrote a book about Mordekaiser bugs, you know, and he was mentioning how
true, I forgot about that.
and he was telling me that a Rumble on one side of Nexus Blitz had like 6% higher win rate than on the other. And how do you explain that on a horizontal map? Like, how does it make any sense? And we tried, but we couldn't figure it out. We like tried every ability to like make a sense for that, but it's just Nexus Blitz was a symmetry, you know. So how? Why? Like we didn't figure it out.
Weird RNG.
It was way too much to be just random, you know, because the change was like little, like 6% or something.
Would it be
was
like the
huge
map
change.
position?
But it was west to east, you know, so it's the same literally, you know.
That's
Nexus
so weird.
Blitz is not Summoner's Rift. On Summoner's Rift, yeah, sure, you can explain that, but on Nexus Blitz, I don't know.
Yeah.
So we didn't figure it out, you know. But the Rumble,
I don't know.
Queen has some issues regularly, you know. I think they still didn't fix her ult that does double the damage. So and she can, and there's also this bug that she can like randomly be targeted on spawn or something, you know. That's really bizarre, you know. I made some videos recently about it. It's just some champions that are, you know, really bugged, and I guess the only way to fix them is to redo them completely, pretty much. Although they redid the Mordekaiser, and although he probably has less than 300 bugs, it probably is still a significant amount. So yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully one day we'll get League of Legends too.
I actually don't even want it. I'm you know, I'll be 30 next year. It's enough League of Legends in my life, so time to move on, you know. I'm gonna become a farmer or something. I don't know.
Don't worry,
Enough is
we'll get
enough.
used to it.
Enough League, you know.
I kind of had a question before wrapping things up because it's getting pretty late. You work a lot with Kanan?
Yeah.
Kanan. I was just gonna pronounce
Yeah, we all struggle to pronounce it properly,
Yeah.
so
I should have probably asked him earlier. Because I completely forgot to send him a message about like the podcasting as well. Anyway, you work a lot together. How do you decide, for example, which video to record and post on YouTube or like various social media for like yeah, I don't know, a Twitter video or whatever? Do you guys get like requests and then you both, or like with other people that you know of, go try the bug for like hours, or do you just like get the footage and be done with it?
it can go like both ways, you know. Sometimes it's just a lot of the content recently, I'm getting a replay that just something doesn't work properly, and honestly it's not really that much in my interest to go figure it out why and like recreate it. Sometimes we'll do it, depends on the issue, you know, but some things you just look at them and you are like, oh god, this is gonna be hard. I would try everything if we had the multiplayer practice tool, but without it, trying some things is honestly a horror. Like, for example, I did this video in multiplayer practice tool of flashing over Senna ult You need to hit a specific frame, and you need to also be fortunate, you know. So I probably need like, I don't know, 50 flashes or more to even get it first time. So imagine how much time I would spend in a normal game. So it would never be a question. But
That's not even worth trying.
we have some group that also like involves some rioters there, you know. So if something is huge, Canon usually contacts some rioters to point them to that, you know. There was this example with this Bard game, this Bard bug that was crashing the games. I knew a day before, you know. I could have made a video, but I waited, you know, because it's, of course, there's always the dilemma that someone else can make this video, and if someone did, I would make mine too. So it's tricky, but for such game-breaking bug, these days I try, you know, to hold on and see how it goes. There was one time when I didn't really wait with Kane, and that might have been a bad idea, and we had some people abusing Kane, but that was probably potentially a mistake on my end.
Or
But
Rek'Sai. Recently
I mean,
as
Rek'Sai
well.
is an exploit that needs external software, and the way Rek'Sai
okay.
started, actually, it was in Brazil, and for like 3 days, and nothing was done about it. And then it started spilling over into the other servers, you know, and that's when, around the time that it started spilling over to other servers and I was getting replays from there, that's when I made the video. So it was already outside of Brazil, you know.
Oh, okay.
It seems that at first it was some like Brazilian scripting community, and then it just spilled over to like Oceania, NA, Europe, the 9 yule. Okay, it's everywhere, you know. So, but it's not something, it wasn't a bug that you could abuse like with Kane, but it literally requires you an external software. So it's difficult, you know, and it abuses the way League works, because League has some holes, you know, and the way it works is basically like Rek'Sai can reduce the health to 0, but it's like losing health via like his tunnels, like some way of interacting with the tunnel, you know. I know it's really stupid, but he doesn't damage the Baron, for example. He reduces the Baron health to like 1%, because if he did to 0, it wouldn't be his kill, because it wouldn't be his damage. So like via this like exploit, he drops the health of someone or like Baron to 1%, and it literally like auto attacks or smites or whatever the case is to finish it up.
Smite is like
then,
easier to like make.
yeah. So then when you go to damage graphs after the game, you see he has normal damage, you know, and you're wondering how, because this exploit doesn't actually it's not him dealing the damage, you know. It's just
Yeah,
him like dropping the
understand
health
that
to.
now.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
just-
so what was it from? It was because of how it works with the tunnels.
yeah, tunnels. There was
Yeah.
the same. There was also Corki that did with his package, that you could pick package from his ally, and that would deal 1 million damage, and that would appear in stats. So that was
Yeah.
Corki.
Holy
And
shit.
also Kalista and Thresh could do it, but as far as I know, those exploits were useless. And there was this same like exploit, but with hex gates, that you could pick up a hex gate basically from anywhere if you did this exploit. But so, and the way it was done is they did it like somehow with the exploit on just like spamming on server side of things, you know. So that's how it like goes past all of it, you know.
Does Riot August hate you?
No. I mean, he. Why would he hate me? You know, it's a tough relation. But he even when I was streaming back in the day, he raided me and gifted me some bits. And I
that's so fucking nice.
recently gifted him some subs when I was watching him. So
You made him
There is-
panic so hard, making him think he accidentally shipped the.
I mean when that's true. When I joined the chat, he may seem a little bit panicked, but you know, do you blame him? You know?
So, oh
but-
no, did I ship that? It's like no.
But I mean, he did wonderful job with Viego, because I mean, not only he made me get almost like 30 million views with just Viego, but and helped me. That's why I'm saying I'm paying him back by subbing. You know, I'm saying I'm slowly paying you back. But what he also did is he made sure he can be hired by Riot forever, because no one else can crack this Viego stuff. So it's a win-win. Yeah, but definitely a hassle. And I remember when Viego was released, we would talk on Twitter, and I would like send various bugs and try to like explain or potentially how it was reproduced. And I know Kenan did the same, you know. So Sure, it may seem tough from the outside, but I feel like overall, it's like kind of like mutually beneficial, I would say.
Not gonna lie, I asked him the same question when I was in Los Angeles for like the Arcane event and went to like eat something, and I asked him like if he hated you, and he said no. Yeah, actually, I like really liked you and like what you did. So like that's so now I have
cute.
both sides of the story. So like yeah, all in all, it's fine.
No, we're fine. I feel like a lot of people think that Riot would hate me, but from my experience,
Because you're a
with
Riot hater, you're not a Riot shill.
But from my experience with like Riot employees, I mean, I could only say like it was positive towards me. I never had anyone like, oh, why are you doing that or whatever, because they probably realized that someone could take my space, you know, my place, and do this way worse. You know, they could show how to reproduce all those stuff and be much more of pain, you know. And I try to be like, let's say, subtle about it. And we also, if there are some significant issues like with Kanan and other people in that community, try to like report it to them, you know. So I guess it works, you know. But Kanan just like loves bugs and loves tracking that. I think Riot should hire him, but he knows so much about the game. I tell you, he knows more about the game than Rioters do. I swear, you know.
Ryder,
he's telling Rioters how to. He's telling Rioters how to fix bugs. Like come on.
Dude, if Canon gets a QA testing and all that stuff like job at Riot, I think that would make him a day. Like that would be so cool.
I mean, that would be awesome, but I don't know if that can happen. But honestly, like he's so dedicated to that. And if you want to know like all about the stuff that we're talking here, he will tell you about details. But he would probably need 10 hours because he tend to be fairly talkative.
Yeah, I just completely forgot to send him a message, but like that was the actual plan when I talked to him about that like a week or two ago. I was like, okay, I'm gonna invite you both because I know you guys know a fuck ton about that. And I'm sorry, Kenan, if I completely forgot.
If you invite him, then be sure that the episode is gonna be 5 hours. I tell you, like.
It's gonna be a Christmas special, like 5 hours of bugs.
That sounds good, you know. Yeah.
Make a list of all like your most famous bugs or like the funniest and shit. And
but I actually feel like because of Riot removing boards and removing all of that, that my videos are like a legitimate way of showing Riot what to fix, like legitimately. And when I remember this one time, there was some Rioter on PB that was like joking that, or not joking, that the best way to show bugs is through my videos or something like that. Even if he was joking, we realized,
it's true.
It's actually true. It's actually true.
Because like they get a ton of traction, and it's easier to see a video of the explanation, for example, or something like that, or how a bug works, rather than just a written post that shows no information or just a replay.
That too, but I feel like Riot removing boards, like they showed their priority, right? Because I'm pretty sure when we had boards, and back in the day we had less bugs. That's what I feel like, you know. But ever since that moment, what can people do? You can do some post on Reddit. Many people don't use Reddit, so then what do? You send an email to someone who is doing bug videos, right? And that's why I started doing so many, because my mailbox is just like constantly, you know. There are so many bugs all the time. And I look at the title and I know what bug is this, you know. I can catch a glimpse of an email and I usually know what it is about already, so. But yeah, Riot removed boards, and I feel like there is no easy way to report. You can report things in client, but it's useless. I did it before, it did nothing. And that's why I stopped reporting bugs, except for my videos, right?
If because a writer that works on this sort of thing was to like have a chat about like how bugs gets reported and how you filter that, I would love to like. I mean, we probably all would love to like talk about this.
Yeah, that would be.
Because like that would be also interesting from their point of view. Because like for example, we hate the way like we have to report bugs and everything, but like from their point of view, how like the whole engineering thing, without saying too much, but like how they actually choose which thing to get priority on, etc. That would be also interesting.
That would be interesting for sure, you know. And it's crazy how some things cannot be fixed, you know. There are those for example, the Scion exploit that you can like steer your ult, or
Oh,
there's
yeah.
this Yasuo Q exploit that you can have your second Q and instantly follow up with Tornado. Both like need like external software to pull it off, and somehow it cannot be like fixed. The good thing is that those people usually get banned, so you can say that. If you compare League, for example, to CS:GO, we can definitely be grateful for how it's handling cheaters, and also
Yeah.
like cheating in a game like League usually
CS:GO
wouldn't
has the
benefit you so
Chibiin,
much.
Like,
Although speaking of which, I told you about like the Rexa exploit from Brazilian servers, and exploits on Brazilian servers are out of control right now. For example, a guy sent me a link to Twitch of a guy streaming for 500 plus people for like 3 days.
what?
With like Xerath exploit on, and you
Oh,
see
yes.
everything, all the exploit on the screen, you know, everything, and it's not handled, and they're using so many exploits there. I'm gonna make another video about what's happening there, because some of those I haven't seen Xerath exploit in like 6 years, you know, but they're like all the exploits. I don't know, something is crazy going there with the
Some Iron Man interface sort of shit.
yeah, I don't know, but it's definitely some form of an issue. But still, when it comes to those like cheats and hacks, the Riot does a good job. You gotta say that, because it doesn't ruin a game like CS:GO, for example, right? It's a good example. So their security is good. Problem lies with more like in-game bugs, right? So
Yeah. Yeah, it's never gonna get fixed though. Like,
No.
It's just so.
yeah, I mean, League will forever will be our, you know, little bugged game, you know, and we just need to embrace it. It's a part of League of Legends. Some bugs became actual, you know, features, you know, so because they weren't able to be fixed. So
Yeah.
it's pretty funny. But the positive is that I am employed, so. So thank you Riot for providing the.
Yeah, just Riot, if you want to make like the bare minimum decision, actually just allow some sort of multiplayer practice tool in PvE to test things out.
Yeah,
Like one way
That
or
was- that-
another.
that was insanely good, because what we could have done back then is just we reproduce everything easily and we just tell Riot what's exactly the issue.
Yeah.
And it's so much better, and otherwise Riot has to do it, and sometimes we genuinely know how to test it better, you know, because we're just so used for doing that.
It's like even if they just re-enable it like how it was before, like that would be
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
the whole reason why they don't want it on is because it does hammer their servers really, really hard. But at the same time, with how it was like a bit more annoying to like do. So
Yeah. I mean, no one was doing that. It was like few YouTubers doing that, and few people interesting in trying something. And that was literally it, because it wasn't simple even. So you also need your external software to do that too, you know, to edit the queue kind of. So.
yeah, so because you had to use external software and make a lobby that was, you know, 5v5.
Yeah.
And most people just don't know how to do that, and they're too lazy to look it up, so you don't run into the issue.
Yeah, it was literally helping more, but I guess I don't know. Riot, as I said, Riot likes to fix things that are not important and not fix things that are important. So
Yeah. I'm surprised it even broke in the first place.
I actually think they did it because they wouldn't let content creators to actually get something, you know, and I feel like that's why they had to do it. Like, no, we cannot help content creators. That's I feel like maybe
It took them a while to fix it.
Yeah, that's true. A few months. It was the best months.
Yeah, I miss it so much. Not just having a button where I can be like, no minions, please. Thank you.
Yeah.
It was so nice.
Yeah.
Maybe one day.
Yeah, maybe one
wish.
day. I think this nostalgic moment may be a good way of, you know, wrapping this up.
Yeah. It was a pleasure to have you on, Mr.
Thanks for
Vanderbilt.
having me. It was a pleasure too.
Ooh,
to be among such, you know, elite people.
boomers. Oh,
LE.
I mean, you all are like the best in this particular thing that you do in League. I feel like so it's honor to be here. Right?
I think Necrit isn't the best in terms of lore since the set is 14 years old incident. You know.
Oh yeah.
Oh god.
I think I missed something. Okay,
Does this have to come up every time?
what did I miss?
Is this like Nikki not in the LPP? Is this what this is?
Basically, I made a video where I was like talking about how old champions are canonically,
Mhm.
and I was like, theoretically, the lore points at the fact that Set can be 14. Of course, the only thing Reddit heard is me saying
It is 14. Yeah. Of
Set
course.
is 14. So people were like, "Oh my god, he's an idiot. He thinks he's 14." Meanwhile, I said no. The lore points at the fact that he can be 14. There's nothing disproving it.
I think you fell off, Necrit. I don't know.
But he's doing the news right now, so maybe in
Yeah,
news,
I'm a news guy now.
yeah,
I love
number
your
one
pants.
news in League.
I love your grandpa.
The only
pants
news
your
in
news. Fucking amazing.
I'm coming for it.
yeah. Skin spotlight shorts coming at you.
Daily PB news videos almost.
Yeah, now Chibiin, you have to link it.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna put it on screen right now, like on the table.
God.
Yes. Go subscribe to Shorts because it's actually entertaining to like listen to your voice. more
Yeah,
often
that's
and
true.
stuff.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Skin spotlight.
And also, you guys can read all the comments with like sweaty face that I post in every single video. Right?
Yeah,
Good for
yeah,
you.
you've been pretty consistent with that.
Yeah, I'm trying my best to like not miss. a
Yeah,
single-
no, just stop. Just stop.
It's like the embarrassing dad.
It's scary how consistent you've been.
I mean, that's because I have notifications on for when you post
Exactly.
the
He rang
video.
he rang the bell. All right.
Yeah, I did.
That's
I'm one
a
of
good-
those people. Alright, everyone. It was fun. Thank you, everybody, for joining.
Thank you.
And yeah, see you next time, I guess.
Yeah,
Bye.
till the next one.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.